have a witness that he's been more than good to us. Pastor Edwin Datson expressing our gratitude in a very profound manner. To many he has come through. He has helped us accomplish. He is giving us completing grace. And to others, just by being able to wake up and open their eyes and walk is such a great miracle. And yet to some, great breakthroughs, miraculous turnarounds. But for his grace, we wouldn't be up today. And so we are so grateful that he's been more than good. He's made us living testimonies of his grace. He's not just been good, he's been more than good. And even the peace of mind we feel in circumstances that do not make sense is what we are deeply grateful for. Some of us are in the heart of the storm, but within our hearts, he has shown us such calm and tranquil. It is another thing that we are so grateful for. Look at this nation, for example. He's made us an oasis of peace. We have our own differences here and there, but such joy, such pride, such love, such camaraderie. Oh, goodness. We are not where we want to be, but we are certainly not where we used to be. As a nation, he's been more than good, and we are so grateful to him. As an institution, listen, I was not here when it started. 20 years on, look what the Lord is doing with us. A small station doing mighty things, and we are so grateful for the opportunity to be a part of what he is doing in our families, in our individual lives. Oh, he literally came through for us when our backs were against the wall. And so this morning, this Friday morning, regardless what is going on around us, we choose to see what the Lord has done that is good. We choose to be grateful. We choose to count our blessings. We name them one by one. And we say, Lord, thank you for being more than good. Welcome to Friday morning. We're almost getting to the end of the month, and if you know what that means, if you know what it means to wake up in the morning, get to the end of the day, and for a month to come and pass, you would certainly be grateful for the life that you have. We join you, every one of you, our listeners, rejoicing with you in the Lord for another day, for all your accomplishments. Some of you are graduating today. We celebrate the Lord for his goodness in your lives. Some of you are getting married this weekend. To God be the glory. And yet some are parting ways with their loved ones this weekend. In all things, he says we should give thanks. And so we join the Lord to bless him for every blessing he has given us. And even those he's taken away from us, we still thank him because we know in all things work together for our good. Welcome to a brand new morning. It's a grateful morning for us here at Citi 97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Caleb Kuda. Grateful for the opportunity to be here with you. What I'm going to say for business sense simply is that if you really feel that he's been more than good to you, you feel mercy, you feel grace, then extend same to others. First, be good to yourself, be good to your body, take good care of your body, be mindful what you consume, be mindful what you feed your mind, your soul, your heart, because it will all come together. It will come full circle. So be good to yourself and be good to the people around you. Be good to people who will not have the ability to say thank you back. Be good to people who do not even deserve it. Some people I know along the walk of life must have offended you, betrayed you very badly. Be good to them. Shut your doors, but say hello to them through the window. Shutting the door means protect yourself, but don't be bitter. Don't hold what they've done against you to you against them. You get what I'm saying? And let's be good also to our nation. Let's be good to ourselves, to the environment, to the land, to the air, to the sea. Everything the Lord has blessed us with. One way to prove that you're grateful for a gift you have received is to be accountable and take very good care of it. That's Business Sense. It's brought to you by... Brought to you by Access Bank, certainly more than banking. And that will lead us to the news review. I'm a witness of your faith. I'm an evidence of your mercy. I'm an express proof of your grace. I'm a living testimony. You're too good to me. You're too good to me. Oh, you're too good to me. Father, I just can't explain why. Thank you for being more than good to me. Through all these years, oh, thank you for being more than good to me. Through all these years, what would I do without your grace? Where would I be without your grace? I'm a witness of your faith. The news review is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. From the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we're here for your journey. Every goal deserves the chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey. Understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Believe with us. It's an interactive show. 0549986996 is the number. My name is Caleb Kuda. I am here with Francisca Kakrafosi, Richard Delasky. Ça va très bien.
You have to respond, Sky. Je vais bien, merci.
You don't teach me, so okay, teach me now. So yeah, what do I say?
You say je vais bien.
Je vais bien.
Yeah,
Oh, d'accord.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, Charlie.
Today is another beautiful day.
No, today is another beautiful day. I'm happy.
I'm very, very
No,
happy.
you know why I'm happy?
We know.
So yesterday
Yes.
we came here,
Yes.
I spoke
Yes.
and I asked,
Uncle.
brother to the
Ready?
on the road.
How?
Kumasi,
What's
what they have.
What's up?
I want to have what's up?
Ready? What's up?
What's up? You know, so yesterday
Yes.
he went to the house.
Yes.
And Atu said, okay, well, I will give you all.
Exactly.
I'll give you some.
I'll give you some.
So is that from Penny
Yes.
to Applaud?
I will do it for
you.
you.
will do it.
Sharp.
Charlie Bahama. No, Charlie, but this 5 we are giving you, you have to make sure.
You have to perform.
If it doesn't perform, I'll come and see.
I said the cocotte, the price has come down.
Yeah.
So the facing of the wall has become easier for them.
But people too would have to do their part. I
It's
think
important.
consumers are
It's
struggling,
important.
and we are all Ghanaians. We are all in the
market
system.
queens, Abosoka, and all the
Yes.
mechanics and this. Let the team reflect.
Let it reflect.
very
But I will watch that road, but they should do more so that they can get more money and finish up to whole so that everybody will be happy.
Very, very
Challenge Bahama, your friend.
Yeah, your friend is what he said, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Let me the whole
Charlie.
story. But yesterday, did you hear anything that made you happy? You were concerned, you wanted some tax breaks.
Well, yeah, I'm
all
looking
those things.
forward to the VAT reforms. It's good to hear that the COVID levy will be going.
Yes.
So it kind of signals well for businesses. So let's see how it goes. Like Sky said, we'll be monitoring
Very
so
important.
that they will deliver.
Very important.
So yes, it's good to hear this budget.
For
but
me,
we will be monitoring.
my favorite nephew's mom is graduating today with a master's in health economics.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Yeah, so Araba, good morning to
Oh,
you.
congratulations.
To you and all graduating,
Yep.
class, all of you across the world listening to us. We celebrate with you.
She has done well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll start with the daily graphic
yes.
and, of course, obvious story. Mid-year budget review, government ditches foreign currency. Citi takes over in contracts. Other stories, make insurance accessible, relevant, and that's coming from the Commissioner of Insurance, urging industry. Vice President empathizes with mothers of special needs children. And it comes with a picture of Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman being welcomed by Agnes Owusu from of GT Bank Autism Workshop.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. The big story says mid-year budget review, economy on right path to growth. Finance Minister, he's seen here holding his portmanteau or is it briefcase, one of them. Also the front page, minority walks out in
It's
protest.
made in Ghana, by the way.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
Beautiful.
Osman bag.
Oh, powerful.
It's not made in China.
Oh,
Yeah, so the
beautiful.
minister is patronizing
Oh,
Ghana.
that's good to know. That's good to know. But the Thai, no, is he from Ghana?
That one I don't know.
Okay, all right. Now, government prioritizes 24 infrastructure projects, and then GIS arrests 50 individuals in special operation.
Right.
Yes, I want to stay with the daily graphic. Still on the finance minister, government allocates 13.8 billion Ghana cedis for big push. 32 major road projects targeted. Details on page 13. Sky will be grabbing this one. Government targets 229.9 billion revenue, seeks 2.9 billion more. And on the back page of the daily graphic, UNICEF Ghana, Send Ghana, commend government on vaccine payments.
Right.
The Chronicle says this morning, the making of engineer Kwabena Ejepong. He's smiling. A beautiful photograph of him here on the front page of the Chronicle this morning. He's seeking re-election. Is it re-election? Okay, he wants to be a flag bearer of the NPP. Also on the front page, we're told minority petitions Mahama over escalating electoral violence. They were at the presidency yesterday. And Ebo Kwanzaa's 1 week. And that is also detailed here on the front page of the Chronicle.
Yes, the Daily Guide has a similar one. Minority boycotts budget over Ablekuma Galamsey. VAT reform bill to scrap COVID levy. That's the finance minister. And public debt down by 113.7 billion Ghana cedis. Ato force and details in this paper. Also, small-scale gold exports double, value triples.
The Herald newspaper says finance minister responds to money hoarding criticisms by NPP, NDC ministers, as well as businessmen. Also, toll partners bust to restore refineries operations. I brought you the story yesterday. Also, the front page this morning, Baba Sam seeks damages retraction over orchestrated media attack.
Oh, that's
Yeah, Baba Sam.
still in the media.
Yeah. Amid child custody dispute. The MPA is assuring the nation of adequate aviation fuel supply. There were a lot of comments on social media yesterday that some planes were grounded and all of that, but the MPA says those claims are not backed by the facts.
Nice.
And UNICEF hails Ghana's $24.5 million investment in child immunization.
Okay.
The Inquisitor leads with 2025 media budget review, believe in the Citi, finance minister to Ghanaians. And yesterday he said the Citi are picky. Yes, they also have the MPA story assuring that Ghana has enough aviation fuel.
Okay.
And Baba Sam also on the front page of the Inquisitor filing defamation action against 11 people. And to some politics, NAPO calls for peace in the new patriotic party.
The Informer says minority raises alarm over Galamsey. The minority leader is here on the front page, Alexander Kwame Apenyo marking, and the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, the Honorable Emmanuel Amakofi Boa. Also on the front page, CJ removal, Mahama air to tread cautiously, coming in from the Catholic Bishops' Conference. They're speaking strongly against what's happening. Minister assures of winning Galamsey fight, and also government addresses challenges of technical universities. That story comes with a photograph of the Minister for Education, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
Okay.
And to the Observer now, we've restored economic confidence in less than 200 days. Atoforsen, Sidinoa Peke Atoforsen declares amid strong currency gains. Also on the mid-year budget review, we've saved 4.9 billion Ghana cedis on interest payments. Other stories, Sami Jemfi to Efia, prove it in court or pay 10 million Ghana cedis. And that's a defamation suit he has instituted against Efia. Also, other stories. Boss Tor sign MOU to strengthen Ghana's downstream sector, and no aviation shortage in Ghana. Energy Ministry is also refuting those reports.
The Daily Post says, Citi no are picky, as you said. As you said. Yeah, picky. Now, the finance minister is declaring made strong currency gains. Also on the front page this morning, we will not default at forcing assures bondholders as 20 billion Ghana cedi DDEP payment plan unfolds.
Right.
And something else here that says government to construct roads in 166 constituencies over the next 3 years. And President Mahama pays glowing tribute to late President Atta Mills on 13th anniversary.
By the way, Ankrato is joining us in the studio this morning.
Oh, really? Beautiful.
Yes. He will be here, so we'll get to talk
So
to
he
him.
should bring, he should bring our share of the money for the whole road.
But
so that me, I will take it. Because I don't want it to be lost.
Are you contractor?
Not at all.
No, but Atu is here on channel1newsonline.com with a headline that's quite interesting. NPP government was living champagne lifestyle on Akpetesi budgets. Ankratu in the fire salvos. And Mahama government extremely disciplined. We won't spend outside the budget. Atu forcing once more. Parliament approves bill to scrap marine gas oil subsidy. Stop pushing dangerous third-term agenda for Mahama. Nyaho Tamaklo warning the clergy. No shortage of aviation fuel in Ghana. MPA, that's here as well. We aren't out of the woods yet, but Mahama will deliver. This is a two forcing. There's a breakdown of major government payments in the last 6 months here. You can check that out. Smuggling revenue leakages at Chema Port threaten 2025 targets. This is our two forcing. And government has uncovered 14,000 unverified workers after payroll audit. This is still the finance minister. There's a reaction here from the minority. Mid-year budget walkout. Minority took a stand for justice. This is Same Ewuku speaking. If you go to citinewsroom.com, 2025 has been tough, but we are focused. This is still a two forcing. And today, the appointments committee will vet the final deputy minister nominees. So we'll get to bring you all of that. MPP's good for oil was just cash payments, not butter. This is Atu Forcing speaking. And Mahama appoints Harunata Monacote, 6 others as ambassadors. There's a particular one that has got a lot of people. Yeah. He's a Ghanaian. He's Korean. He's nationalized as a Ghanaian. Yes. A lot of people didn't know him until now. So it's got people talking. There's a full list of government, the number of roads government's about to rehabilitate across 166 constituencies, and that comes to 5,000 kilometers. That list is on citynewsroom.com. If you go there, you get the details. And Kojo Choice photo is on my journal line here. Mahama appoints fresh batch of ambassadors to key global capitals. Debt restructuring program was poorly structured. This is Atu Forcing. And if I take you to, let me do the High Street Journal quickly, then we can move on to the details of the stories for today. Small-scale gold exports surpass large scale for the first time. A milestone or Galamsey fight at risk? Big question. Debt to GDP drops sharply to 43.8%, but will the anchor hold? What it means for the economy and Ghanaians? So let's get into the big stories, particularly from the minister's mid-year budget review, and then we get into other stories.
Okay. So I'll start with the daily graphic. Government ditches foreign currency. Citi takes over in contracts. This is on the front page. President John Dramani Mahama has directed no government awarded contract should be denominated in foreign currency, irrespective of the source of funding. The policy, which starts immediately, is part of measures the government has instituted to curb the persistent and deep-rooted culture of dollarization in the economy, which is undermining public trust and confidence in the Ghanaian cedi.
Okay.
Yes, and this was coming from the finance minister.
Yes.
Francesca, you want to get to the part that deals with the roads?
Yeah, that's right. I just want to mention a few things before we go to this thing. So, for instance, if you go to page 12 of the economy, the Ghanaian Times, we're told economy on right path to growth. And quickly, the first paragraph of that story by Kingsley Asari says the government says it has made significant progress in putting the economy on the right path to growth. Now, related story deals with government prioritizes 24 infrastructure projects. So that one, the first paragraph says the government of Ghana has submitted a list of 24 high priority projects to the International Monetary Fund and the official creditor committee as part of efforts to pave the way for their construction. Now, if you move from there quickly, the one of the other newspapers talks about 166 road projects to be road projects will be done in
166 constituencies
over the next 4 years.
Yes, and the Daily Graphic also has that. Government allocating 13.8 billion for big push, 32 major road projects targeted, Ofankor and so on, abandoned road will be done. The finance minister says that. So I'll read a paragraph before you get to your Sky. The government has allocated 13.8 billion Ghana cedis in the 2025 budget for the Big Push program aimed at improving the country's road infrastructure. The Minister of Finance, Dr. Cassiel Atuforsen, has revealed.
That's beautiful. So if you go to the details as captured by page 5 of the Daily Post newspaper, you'll find in there. This one is also
the list of the names.
I forgive. I'll come to yours later.
Where are you starting from?
So the list you have rehabilitation of Ho to Petwe Road. So that be solid. You don't even want to mention it. Say
Zion.
Yes. Ho to Petwe Road.
Zion.
Yes. And then you go to Petwe Afiarenigba Road.
Zion.
Afiarenigba to Penny Road.
Zion.
Penny to Aflao Road.
Zion.
No, Charlie Bahama.
Can I also add that there will be some Winneba to Mankesim, and then the Cape Coast to Takrady, and also the Adenta Dodowa Road construction.
Beautiful.
But is the Brekusu Road there? I didn't hear of the Brekusu one. And then some are also complaining about Gunan Sabah Road. You know, everyone is pushing their own agenda. So.
Yes, but the minister also added that all abandoned road projects will also be catered for. So
that's a good one.
We actually hope that this big push thing, it actually works because it will be in service of our economy.
We are really looking forward to that.
I'm in great support of it.
Absolutely. Now, there's a breakdown of major government payments in the last 6 months. You know, the criticism has been that the city is what it is because the government is not spending. But yesterday, Atu provided right? The finance minister provided a breakdown of some key payments, and that includes $700 million to settle Eurobond obligations, 10 billion Ghana cedi to domestic bond holders, 2.2 billion Ghana cedi to District Assembly Common Fund, 2.7 billion SNIT, 9.1 billion to support energy sector for stable power. The list goes on and on. It includes Get Fund, nursing, teacher training, no fee stress, and all of that. You can find the details on channel1newsonline.com.
Well, still talking about the budget yesterday, the minority walked out in protest. That story is on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times, quickly by Julius Yao, Petechi and Cecilia Yadat Lagba, and they say the minority caucus in Parliament in a dramatic fashion staged a walkout ahead of the presentation of the 2025 mid-year budget review to protest against the violence that marred the recent parliamentary election run in the Ablekuma North constituency. As we do know, they subsequently presented a petition to the presidency on the subject matter, inviting the president to do something about it.
Well, Atu Forsen has been firing salvos at the NPP. He says their government was living champagne lifestyle on Akpeteshi budget. Letitia say, right? So, Channel 1 online news. channel1newsonline.com. Finance Minister Dr. Cassiel Atuforsen has criticized the previous NPP government administration for what is described as reckless and unsustainable spending during its time in office. Speaking in an interview on Joy News shortly after presenting the 2025 mid-year budget review to Parliament, Dr. Atuforsen said the current government had inherited a culture of excessive expenditure without necessary revenue to support it. He'll be in the studio later this morning.
Just a quick one, Caleb, on the VAT reform bill to scrap COVID levy.
Yes.
This is Daily Guide, page 6, story by Ernest Kofi-Edu. It says the Minister of Finance has announced plans by the government to introduce a new value-added tax VAT reform bill that will eliminate the COVID-19 health recovery levy and simplify the country's VAT regime. Okay. According to him, the bill, which is expected to be presented to Parliament in October 2025, forms part of wide-ranging fiscal measures to ease the burden on businesses and improve tax efficiency.
Right. Okay, let's take you to some other stories in the news this morning. If you go to the Informer newspaper, for instance, this says CJ removal, Mahama Act to tread cautiously. The story says the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference has urged President John Dramani Mahama to tread cautiously regarding the removal of the Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu. According to the clergy, such issues are vital and affect the very foundation of Ghana's democracy, stating a quote-unquote healthy functioning democracy equally demands an independent, credible judiciary free from political interference, unquote. Now, their warning was contained in a statement issued and signed by the Bishop of Sunyai and President of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi. If you're interested in that story, please grab a copy of the Informer newspaper. But I also want to turn quickly to something related to the legal sector or law enforcement. Yesterday, we discussed matters having to do with marijuana plantations and how kids are going into that space. Okay, 2 days ago. So if you go to the page next to, page 5, on in the Informer, NACOC tackles value chain, target school children working on marijuana plantations.
The ganja value chain.
Exactly. So the Narcotics Control Commission has responded to legitimate concerns raised by the president of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, Togbi Teprehodo, the fourth, that school children in the Volta region are being used as farmhands on marijuana plantation. According to the Commission's Director of Public Affairs, Francis Opoku Mensah, even though the situation is alarming, the Commission is working assiduously to dismantle all networks in the value chain. If you're interested in that story, again, grab a copy of
the Appointments Committee will be busy today because they'll be vetting final Deputy Minister nominees today. So Parliament's Appointments Committee will today vet the final batch of Deputy Ministerial nominees. Nominations were made by President Mahama in accordance with Article 78(1). Goes on to provide the names. Dorcas Afo-Tofe, MP for Jomoro, she's nominated for the role of Deputy Minister of Transport. James Jachikwesin Asin North, he's going to deputize Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa at the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Mohammed Adam Suparu is MP for Sisala West. He is going to deputize Samuel George as Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations. And then the people of Esikado Ketan's MP, Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, is heading for the deputy. Is heading for health, and so their vetting will take off today.
Just a quick one. Ghanaian lady earns engineering honor in Kenya. This is Belinda Akaba, who has been honored with the prestigious Ambassador for Women's Leadership in Engineering, Renewable Mobility and Electric Vehicle Innovation title at the Ambassadorial Title Awards and Conference held at the Concord Hotel in Kenya. So
congratulations to her. What's her name?
Yes, her name again is Belinda Akaba.
Belinda Akaba.
Okay. Let me take you to the Herald newspaper quickly. Now, the MPA is talking about adequate aviation fuel supply. The story is inside the paper, somewhere on page 5, and it says the National Petroleum Authority has dispelled concerns over an alleged shortage of aviation turbine kerosene in the country, assuring the public and stakeholders that there is currently an adequate supply of the essential fuel. Now, they issued a statement yesterday dealing with the subject matter.
Well, I told there is enough to last us for some 2 weeks, ensuring stable supply for aviation operations.
Meanwhile, though, I want to draw your attention to a beautiful piece on Kobena Ejepong on the front page of the Chronicle, talking about how he came to be made and many other things. He granted an interview to the Chronicle, and they've done a beautiful piece on him. In fact, so if you admire him or you're interested in his politics, please grab a copy of
our colleague now, Siao, has an article on him as well on Channel 1 News Online. So check it out. and you would enjoy that read. Now, President Mahama has appointed a fresh batch of ambassadors to key global capitals. Some of the names, I want to get to that quickly. Among the prominent figures nominated are former minister and respected economist Mona Helen Kabuki-Korte, who has been tapped to head Ghana's mission in the Italian Republic. You have and seasoned energy expert Dr. Kwame Ampofo. He's headed for Hungary. Also included in the list is veteran politician Paul Evans Edu. He's going to Kenya. Oh, okay, my friend in Kenya has been replaced. Right. So we have someone going to Kenya, Evans Edu. Saleh Senari is going to Saudi Arabia. Burkina Faso is receiving Kenneth Akibat. Then Magnus Kofi Amoate is heading for Congo. And then I think the one that everyone is talking about is Atta Kojo Choi.
Okay.
He's going to the Republic of South Korea. And of course, Alhaji Abdul Rahman Haruna is going to the Republic of Namibia.
He's going back to
He's going back to Namibia.
He feel like he loved the place, man.
I tell you, we were there with him last year or 2 years ago.
Okay.
We had a good time.
Yeah,
so
that's beautiful. Yeah,
congratulations.
Quickly though, let me draw your attention to a brilliant editorial in the Herald newspaper this morning. They are commending the Bastop boys on how they are helping clean our city.
Absolutely,
but they are
wonderful
insisting
guys.
that cleaning up Accra and related cities must be a shared duty.
Responsibility.
It is important you read that particular piece. And then also a disturbing story on page 2 of the BNFT says nearly 60% of annual 300,000 graduates potential remains untapped. This is according to the Labour Minister. The potential of our graduates we are producing, about 300,000 graduates annually,
pent-up
and
frustration.
60%, of their potential we are unable to tap them. This is particularly troubling. Honourable Pelpu, please, we have got to do something.
And Honourable George Opariad, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment.
Yes,
all of you.
It's very important.
Thank you, Kakra. Thank you, Sky. That was a news review. Yeah.
Let's go. My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I live by you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. And what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Let's get to the word of business, bringing you some news from that angle. And everyday people face different emergencies, police, fire, medical, and so much more. But a lot of Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. This one is one for keeps. Star 770 hash is the new EcoBank Money Emergency number. It gives you instant access to loans, fund transfer, utility payments, airtime, data purchase, so much more. Even without data, you don't have to panic when you find yourself in a money emergency. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergency. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. EcoBank together with MTN are proud to sponsor the next segment, which is the breakfast edition of the City Business News. If you're carrying multiple phones around, that can be a chore. I don't like it at all. But yeah, you can go SIMless with MTN eSIM. I mean, well, I say that, I don't mind another. But yeah, with the MTN eSIM, you enjoy convenience of connecting multiple phone numbers to one single phone or device. To check if your device is compatible, simply dial *#06#. Once you receive an EID number, it means your phone or device is compatible. So simply download my MTN app today to request your MTN eSIM. Enjoy the sweet SIMless life everywhere you go. Neela Tilato is here with all you need to know in the world of business. Good morning.
Good morning, Caleb. It's the Friday edition of City Business News on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM, brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. Ni Lati, and just a day after the presentation of the mid-year budget by the Finance Minister, and the government is expected to sign bilateral agreements later today under the G20 Common Framework for Debt Restructuring. This is to overhaul the country's external debt obligations and follows earlier approval by Parliament of the indicative terms by the Official Creditor Committee. Finance Minister Dr. Kasela Toforsin, during the presentation, says the signing of the bilateral deals today with some countries is to restore debt sustainability and support ongoing economic recovery efforts.
Government remains committed to restructuring our bilateral and commercial debt under the G20 Common Framework. On the 24th of June 2025, the House approved an indicative terms of the Memorandum of Understanding between Ghana and Official Creditors Committee. On behalf of His Excellency the President, I wish to thank this House for swift action, which has enabled Ghana to begin negotiation for the signing of bilateral agreement with each of the creditor countries. We are ready to sign the agreement with two countries. Mr. Speaker, it is expected that 4 agreements will be signed. First will sign with France, and the second will sign with another country yet to be confirmed.
Meanwhile, government has committed to pay 10.9 billion Ghana cedis as coupon payment on DDEP bonds, which falls due in the second half of the year.
On the domestic front, government continues to meet its commitment towards the domestic bondholders. For the first half of 2025, a total of 9.8 billion Ghana cedis was paid as coupons to DDEP bondholders, of which 3.6 billion Ghana cedis was capitalized. Right, Honorable Speaker, for non-tendered bondholders, government paid a total of 1.1 billion Ghana cedis. This was the outstanding debt service as at 2024. Mr. Speaker, for the second half of 2025, an amount of 10.2 billion Ghana cedis is due as coupon payment on the DDEP bonds, and 724.1 million as debt service for the non-tendered bondholders.
Dr. Kasayala Toforsin is the minister responsible for finance. Now, the strict expenditure controls and marginal change to revenue projections is a sign of strong fiscal discipline key to achieving the government end-year target. That's the view of tax analyst Francis Timoboy. He believes the mid-year budget consolidates gains made in the first half of the year, but cautioned that consistent implementation will be crucial to ensuring the fiscal strategy delivers the desired results by year-end.
Didn't announce any tax measures, and so you realize that the reform that he spoke about, he's pushing into 2026, where we're going to have the VAT reforms completely done. And some of the things that he said, I participated in some of the IMF discussions, and then the GRA and Ministry of Finance discussion that is ongoing, the engagement. And you realize that these are things that the people themselves are calling for. For example, the cancellation of the flat rates. I know that associations like GUTA have been calling that, look, let's cancel it so that we remove the distortions. The COVID-19, we have all been saying that it should go. Even though some of us believe that we can still channel it to the Maha market.
Tax analyst Francis Timoboy. Now, Parliament has passed the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2025 for the removal of government subsidies on marine gas oil. The amendment means an increase in the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on the product from 23 pesos to 1 CD, 93 pesos per litre. This is expected to address smuggling of marine gas oil, which has undermined the integrity of the subsidy regime. However, the subsidy removal does not affect premix fuel, therefore artisanal fishermen will continue to receive premix supplies without any disruption. The revised levy is expected to also generate 71 million Ghana cedis in revenue to support the energy sector debt repayment and fiscal consolidation efforts. Away from that, there is a looming staff retrenchment at Gehok Distilleries as the company targets operational efficiency and financial sustainability. The possible downsizing is as a result of an imbalance between workforce size and output. Gehok remains heavily overstaffed, yet productivity levels remain low, a trend management says cannot continue under its new turnaround strategy. Acting Chief Executive Officer of the company, Jones Bote Aple, has been speaking about the impending exercise and tougher decisions ahead for the struggling state company.
When my predecessor took over I've seen at least 2020, we had a staff strength of about 270 or so in 2020. And we were doing about 625,000 cartons a year. In 2024, we had a staff strength of 520, and we were doing 275 cartons a year. So you can see, when we were 270, we were doing over 600,000 cartons. Now we increased our numbers to 520, and our figures dropped to 275. So it means that when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to staffing, when it comes to what we need to do as a company to boost our revenues, there's a lot that we need to do. But all stem from lack of raw materials.
Jones Bote Aple is acting CEO of Gehok Distilleries. And that's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News. But before I go, the forex market this morning, the dollar is retailing at 12 cedis, the British pound at 16 cedis 40 pesos. The euro could be sold to you at 14 cedis 25 pesos. Mind you, these are rates by some forex bureaus in the capital and not the Bank of Ghana's interbank rate. I'm Nila Atilati. Do have a good business day. Next is the Citi Business Edition.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 7:10, and no matter what you tell me, Abeku is the best at this job, man. Abeku Odum, the richest man. No, you're large and in chat. Too much. Listen, Polytank is here for you. If you're thinking of solutions to water storage, there couldn't be a better brand. There couldn't be a better solution. We've been here for 3 decades and more. We're trusted by all these generations, so make no mistakes. Always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. It's available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. No matter the size you're looking for, durability is always assured. Oh yeah. Polytank, the original, always the best. Papa no Ankasa. We don't request for Momo payments online though. So if you send money to anyone via Momo, challenge your loss. Don't do that. Now the shareholder don't come campaign has come to you because Charlie, as the month is about to die, no, things can happen. And you need some financial, mid-year review, mid-month review. Talk to the shareholder, they will take care of you. They've reduced their interest rates just for you. So whether you have to pay fees, well, people on vacation now, you have to pay rent, unexpected expenses are jumping at you. Call Nana, okay? This is the number 02700 4799 or 02700 4733. Tell him, Nipania, let's make life easier together. Let's share who come and improve my life. She's applied. Now listen to me. How do you want your engine to feel today? Maybe this weekend you have some road trip in mind. The engine, it must perform. You understand? It must be confident, protected, and ready to perform. So that's where we talk about Shell V-Power, all right? With Dynaflex technology, specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. It's designed to remove performance-robbing deposits so that your engine performs at its best. So fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and feel performance, feel confidence, feel protection over and over again. Feel unbeatable because the best choice is just feel right. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell go well.
You do me till I can't hold up. Me no know why you be feeling awkward. My pump she carry ya carry.
I don't know, but I love the sound. I've been bargaining with Abeku to play this song for a long time. Oh my darling. Oh yeah. So let's get into the Citi Business Edition, all right? I mean, earlier you've heard Bernard Avle engage the Global Director and Co-Founder of Budget Ghana, Oluseun Onigbende, on civic innovations and fiscal impact. But today we'll bring you his presentation on enhancing stakeholder capacity for inclusive development. And this is coming just a day after the reading of the mid-year budget review. So how do we receive citizen fiscal transparency and citizen engagement? Don't forget, later this morning, we sit down with the minister responsible for the sector, Dr. Atufosin, Kasiel Atufosin. But for us as citizens, how do we ensure there is fiscal transparency and how do we engage in the civic process in a discussion of our budget and all the big ticket conversations? It's a presentation by Global Director and Co-Founder of Budget Ghana, Oluseun Onigbinde. Oluseun Onigbinde. Enjoy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love somebody. My girl, sweet girl, my girl.
My interest is to share with you about how do we strengthen our advocacy for public finance and public budgeting. And the reason why I mention this is because we've done this for close to 14 years as budgets, where we have been at the forefront of accountability, transparency, and strengthening the debate for a much more effective and much more efficient public finance system. And why do we do this? Because we understand that this is the entire bedrock of the entire society. People want to be in public office. They want to win elections. They want to claim. You know how politicians speak. I don't know about Ghanaian politicians, but Nigerian politicians, they will promise you heaven. But if you even get to hell, you will try, because they are going to heaven. They don't care about where you end. If you die on the road to heaven, if you die on the road to hell, they are already they already made it to heaven already. And whatever everybody is promising in the campaign phase, whatever everybody is saying to you, the biggest vehicle to be able to activate that is public finance. Promise you heaven. But if you even get to hell, you will try, because they are going to heaven. They don't care about where you end. If you die on the road to heaven, if you die on the road to hell, they are already they already made it to heaven already. And whatever everybody is promising in the campaign phase, whatever everybody is saying to you, the biggest vehicle to be able to activate that is public finance. The other thinking that we've not looked at also is that the biggest vehicle also for abuse or for corruption or for even engineering inequity in the society or inequity in the society is the public finances, which starts from the budget. And a lot of people always start from the budget, and I say, if you start from the budget, we have missed the point, possibly. The place we should start from is planning. If we have leaders who do not even first have envisioned a country where a country should be before, and I'm not talking about the one that is happening every 4 years, which means the leaders of a country must be able to aggregate and say, Ghana in the next 20 years, this is where we see it to be. Either you have Mahama, either you have Bawumia, either you are doing a reincarnation of Nana. I know a lot of you will not pray for that. They want to fit into that long-term vision. What I mean is that a country cannot be run within an electoral cycle's phase. That's the first thing we must know, because if most countries that are developed, either you see with UAE or China, or where even we see with the United States, there's always a long-term vision of where they want to be. Where governments come, governments go, but the long-term vision has to stay. And that's one of the key thinking, even as budgets we're having in Nigeria, that how do we situate conversations around the long-term vision of the country. The second thing is also about how public finance, all elements, starts with the budgets, and how we should get citizens to care more about the budget. The first bad news I'll give you this morning is that not everybody will care about the budget. That's the first bad news I'll give to you. And I'm telling you because we are in I can see that this is a very matured environment where we understand nuance a lot. People are trying to get back their daily lives. They want to feed, they want to eat, they want to go to work, they want to they want to take care of their children. They want to just live by and get by. So sometimes when we trust this responsibility on them and say, come and fight for the budget about us, come and join our train to argue about these budgets, come and come on this board, on this sheet. They like it, they hear you, they want to be part of it, but they are just not motivated, or they can't just find that time to put that extra work in. There are two elements that I think are most important, and I'm saying a whole lot so I can lay a foundation before I go into what myself and my sister has prepared. The first thing we have to look at what cost will it take people to do this work? When I mean cost, I'm not talking about money. How do we simplify ease for them? How do we make it much more interesting for them? How do we make it like it's not a burden for them? Because if people feel like it's a burden for them, they will not just engage with it. Or they engage with you in that town meeting and they just move on. The second thing that we cannot account for is a sense of civic duty. My assumption and my belief is that for you being here today in this hall, there's a sense of civic duty you have to garner, which means you are concerned about its future. You worry about the use of resources. Like yesterday when we heard that the president removed the fuel tax for appointees and that's going to save, I think, $12 million. I'm sure a few of you in this room will say, yes, that's what we want more, what we want to see. We don't want, like the former president. When I heard that he had 120 ministers, I said, if I stayed back in Ghana all this while, I would have been a minister by now. I've tried a way to clean my name to maybe to Kwame. I'm dark enough for it already, and I would have found myself, as a minister of something and something and something. Even in Nigeria, we don't have 120 ministers, So in a way, you see that there's a sense of civic duty when people are heightened by that information. And say, okay, this is a step forward. This is progress, but we want more. We want more and more and more. And we cannot account for that sense of civic duty. So even in how we're trying to build that, and I'm setting the stone because in trying to us building our budget advocacy, we must ask ourselves, who are the people that we have found in communities and environments, in spaces that have a high sense of civic duty, which means they have a high sense of interest in how public finance work. They are angry and very emotional about the system. They are very animated about the situation of things. So it's as if there's small fire in them already. What we are trying to do is just to, pour some kerosene or pour some gas on it so that it can now, explode. But most citizens, as we see, they do not even have any fire in them. Some of them are running on fumes of apathy. They've given up. Either it's Bawume or Mahama or Zdana, it's one and the same to them. Some people have built themselves to a level of comfort that the dysfunction of society is not a problem to them anymore. So it's not as if they can't send their children to school. It's not as if they can't drink pipe-borne water. It's not as if even if gas is double the price today of fuel. So there's another class of that is very difficult. There's another class that is also the active collaborators in the systems. So those are your contractors revolving around government. Either it's MPP or it's the other party that the ones always doing the contract. It's all, the country is big business just for them. And that's why when Dimension was talking about advocacy, I always say, a functional society and its enemies. It's very important that we also dimension who are the people that we cannot redeem, because we are not trying to be Jesus Christ. We can't save the whole world, But we must also understand that when we are building budget advocacy, we agree about this is a very decent minority. It's very sizable enough to really trigger the kind of change that we want in society. My last point before I kick off is, we don't need much. We just need a committed few. You understand? And I say this because a lot of times when as civil society, we're building solutions, and we're building platforms, we're building websites, and we're saying, we're going to get 20,000 downloads, 100,000 downloads, and we will be disappointed because we might not have 100,000 downloads, because we might not meet all the high metrics, because we make high assumptions that once we put out this evangelism of us publicly, everybody's going to join the train, and we don't see as much money, but we need a very committed few. A very committed few that understands, that is energized already. Because I tell people that in Nigeria itself is a country of 200 million people. Am I right? If 1 million people enter the streets in Abuja today, they will chase the president out. Yeah, just 1 million people. I'm not saying even 2 million people. There's 1 million people in Abuja streets protesting. You will understand that the entire country has collapsed. So we don't need a lot of people. We just need a few people who are very committed, who are able to, because democracy in its initial conceptualization was meant to be an elite concept, because they understand that not everybody will care about it. But if we few of those that are privileged, enlightened, aware, is able to speak up and advocate for more people, then we'll get where we want. I'll take this presentation today because I know I won't want us to keep you too long. My goal today is how do we strengthen budget advocacy for impact. Next slide. And because it's our pathway to build a very functional society. And it's about strengthening our influence in the civic space, which means that Why should people care about us? And why should people listen to us? And even when we call ourselves civil society, or when we say we're a civil society organization, it's just because there's a constituency that we are speaking to. It's like you are saying you are king, but you don't have a kingdom. You're just mere houseboy. Am I right? Yeah. When you say you are civil society, that means there's a constituency that you speak to, or you speak for, or you speak on their behalf. And that's why we say, if we're talking about budget advocacy, we are trying to influence or aggregate or even, project the voices of a constituency that we represent. And that's why even as we will go along in this budget advocacy, it's not for us to solely think through it from the dimension of the broad principles. It could be that I'm only building my advocacy for health. And that's the part I like most. I'm only building my advocacy for agriculture. I'm only building my advocacy for the road tax, or for the district common fund. The one I heard about, yeah, I heard that place is a big pot of money. I'm wondering why you hire in Nigeria in that place, so I can help you manage that money. You understand? Most importantly, the budget advocacy is a process in which citizen organizations will influence. Influence is a very critical word. How public resources are planned, how they are raised, how they are allocated, how they are spent. Because if we do not advocate intentionally, there are competing priorities within the democracy. I've analyzed to you the priorities of people who are thinking about their narrow interest. In Nigeria, someone would import solar street lights into the country randomly, and he knows that, how do I sell these solar street lights? He starts lobbying people to insert solar street lights into the budget. Am I right? It's not because the people in that community need solar street lights. And we know that solar street lights, it's always, after 3 months, it will be flickering. Another 6 months, the solar and the streets and the lights disappeared. You understand? Next 1 year, so people have already removed it and they have turned it into cooking pans and pots, and they have melted it up and down. So in some sort of way, we have to ask ourselves, there are specific interests in the budget. The same way you are planning, the devil is also planning. You understand? The same way we are also agitating that this road be built, Tema roundabout be built, this one be done, that one be done. There are also people who also look into the budget and have their own procurement interests, and they want to see the budget as a route to entrench their own interest in that document. So it's very important that we first understand that what is at play in the public budget is a coalition of interests at the first place. Different people playing different interests. And we have to now ask ourselves, is it an interest that is focused for narrow opportunities, or is it an interest that serves the public at large? So I'm missing my slides. And the reason why we want to do that is we want to be able to promote transparency. The first thing, let's even see the budget so that we can interrogate it. If there's anything that we want not to go behind or we want to step back, is that Ghana's budget, Nigeria's budget, West Africa budget requires more transparency. Secondly is accountability, is that there should be a close feedback loop system. Are you accountable to the people that you are working for? Because accountability is not just about I'm talking and you are hearing me. I'm talking, you are hearing me, and you are also, you do two things. You recognize my legitimacy to speak to you, that I hired you. It's like as if I gave you the keys to this room and I can take my keys back at any point in time. So you also first recognize my legitimacy to speak. The second thing is that you also have to understand the burden to respond. So in that way, you will drive a role of accountability. Improve service delivery. Now, the right service delivery, because I've shown to you that someone can influence the wrong kind of service delivery in the budget. Solar street lights when people need schools. Is trying to do maybe a toilet, which might not be necessary when people need water. And so it's important to also ensure that you improve service delivery as much as possible. And the other part is equity. Social equity in the budgeting system. How do we ensure that, because the public finance is a significant tool in driving equity within the society, if we do not use public finance effectively, we begin to see that we spend so much but the most vulnerable, the poorest people benefit too little. So how is our advocacy supposed to improve all of this? And why should we care more about this? It's because there has to be responsiveness to citizen needs. One of the biggest mismatch when we talk about budget advocacy is that we are advocating after the facts. So they've brought the document to the parliament, they've reviewed it, they've signed it, and then we're now saying, okay, we want to track it, or we want to look at it. Whereas we should ask ourselves, is this document, is it in tandem with the needs of the people? And that's why I said at the beginning that you might think it's a budgeting issue. The first problem is that it's a governance issue and it's a planning issue. Does this budget align with the biggest needs of the people at this point? Or is it just a personal interest that is being advanced through this budget cycle? So one is that we want to make sure that as we're building advocacy, we ask ourselves, what's the biggest need of the people? The second thing is reducing misappropriation and leakages. So we know that a lot of people do this well in Nigeria. So if this bottled water is 5 Ghanaian cedis now, by the time it comes to the budget, it will be 20 Ghanaian cedis. You understand? So that by the time they now go through procurement, they now sell it for 15 Ghanaian cedis. Or they now say, oh, we even underspent the budget. You understand? Whereas they'd already inflated the bottled water more than this. So you also want to make sure that there's a bit of intelligence to say, what should be the right budgeted amount for this thing? So that we stay within and we're able to close down on misappropriation and leakage. Let's not forget that the budget itself is a legal document once it's signed into law. And so you are bound in some way to execute it as much as you have revenues to back that up. The third one, I say aligning of budget with development priorities. I know that Ghana has like a planning document, but how does that budget fit into it? How does it speak into the priorities of this country? Like I mentioned, like someone that is watching now, let's assume that Jennifer, goes to a gym now. She goes and say, I want to reduce 10 kg from my weight. You understand? And after she goes to the gym this morning, she goes to the scale and checks how many have I dropped today. Then she goes again and spends 30 minutes and she checks again. How many have I lost today? That's how we do budgeting. That's how we do planning. We are checking the scale every 30 minutes. Whereas what she's supposed to do is to put herself on a prolonged period of like 1 to 3 months and now come back and check herself. Oh, I've lost 5 kg. The problem with that cycle is how do we also understand the short term, the medium term, and the long term. And most of the time, how does almost some of this spend, how does it aggregate to priorities? Are we thinking things on the output level, or are we aggregating things also on outcome level? If you build more classrooms, to what end? If we train more teachers, to what end? If we build a new road, to what end? Are we facilitating trade? Are we making commerce easy? If we build classrooms, if we train teachers, are we improving literacy? Are we improving numeracy? Are we measuring that? Or is just now we have Honorable General Oko, and now we're about to cut this ribbon, and he has cut the ribbon, and he has moved on. He's moved on, and that's the end of the work. He does not even check, are the children learning? Is literacy improving? Because is that changing the dynamics of society? That's also when we know about proper development priorities. Because most of the times when we look at budgeting, we are heavily investing in the output budgeting, where we are asking ourselves, is this thing meant to be done? Is it done? Whereas, to what end is that what's supposed to be done? Empowering that connect between citizens and civil society. One of the dangers that we face right nowadays is that there's a growing gulf between the trust between the citizens and the civil society. And there's high misinformation everywhere nowadays about how civil society is an extension of the West, is a puppet of the West. I don't know if you guys get that in Ghana, but in Nigeria, there's a huge misinformation about the role of civil society. That some of them are being fed by Chinese and Russian propaganda. And you also see even that a whole lot of times people see a whole lot of mistrust with the civil society. This is a point where civil society has a chance to shine by emphasizing solely on the data. One thing we do well in budget when we make our case is that You can't fault the data because we have been incredibly rigorous with how much we have, interrogated and analyzed the data. You understand? So it's also a way to integrate or to ingratiate, if you have me use that word, citizens and civil society, and also inclusive decision making is also important. How do we carry everybody along in a way? And in us thinking about advocacy, we're not going to be the first to have done advocacy because, people say power does not concede, without us applying pressure. Either people have, in Nigeria, we did Not Too Young to Run in Nigeria, where we did a huge push that young people, certain age, should be able to also run for public office. Extremely important, as much as possible. So you see us, relentlessly pushing advocacy and pushing a cause, asking ourselves that these issues, these ideas, these positions must be effective in some sort of way. And that's one of the things that we recommend. That advocacy is action that speaks in favor of, recommends, argues, supports, defends, pleads, even protests, on behalf of others. We take issues and we're protesting against others. And Nigeria, end the killings of twins, allowing people to young, who advocated heavily to end slavery. I'm sure that, and maybe I can have a few people give me examples on this, or about where would you say, what do you think are the top 3 things that we've advocated for in Ghana and that have been very successful? Yeah, success is relative also these days. Yeah, anyone? Sir.
Drop that chamber. Yeah, it was a parliament intending to build extra or expand Parliament House, and that was the reason why young people protested against it. By doing so, they decided to create a lot of space to advocate against it, and at the end, it couldn't come.
Which year was
I
that?
think that was last few years, right? And that chamber. Oh, really?
But they like it. Okay, any other one again? 4 years. Okay. Drop that chamber. Did I get it? I like that. Well, any other one? Any other advocacy that we feel like in Ghana has been invested in and has been successful? And I said success is what? Relative. Because I'm going to come back to that about advocacy.
Don't tax my pad. Okay. That's sanitary pad for girls and women. Okay. There was a very concerted advocacy effort for government to take off the taxes from it totally. But I think eventually government decided that those that are manufactured locally will be tax-free, but those that are imported, I think, still had the tax. But in recent, with the current government, I think they have scrapped it, and they have voted quite a huge sum of money to produce it locally and even provide it freely for is it school? Yeah, secondary school girls and all that. Yeah, so that's quite massive.
Seems like Mr. Mahama is a miracle worker.
Yeah. Then we did Oil for Agric campaign where we made a strong case. So government allocates a portion, government of Ghana allocates a portion of petroleum revenue to the budget, what we call the annual funding budget amount. And it prioritizes areas where those funds will be spent. And Oxfam supported a campaign at the early stages that to prioritize agriculture, such that as one of the areas where government will spend the money, agriculture should be, not uncompromisable. Like whatever areas they select, agric should always be part of this. Yeah. Okay. So oil for agric. Yeah.
All right, I like that. That makes it 3. Anyone else? NHIS. All right.
So uncapping the NHIS was one of the big advocacy things that we almost most civil society organizations worked on, and that one and also Get Fund and even the COVID. So the COVID levy. So we have all this anytime you buy anything or any transaction, all those taxes are on there. And funny enough, I think 2017 they capped the NHIS and then the Get Fund. So the Get Fund is for education, and NHIS is National Health Insurance Levy. It goes into the NHIA fund, and they capped it. So monies, although you are collecting, it was not being given to the institutions themselves, and which also brought about a lot of issues in the health sector, where you go to the hospital, you have the card, but you still have to do the out-of-pocket payments, and it affected a lot of people because not everyone that can have the money to pay outright. So civil society concerted efforts, a lot of advocacy was done, and good enough in the 2025 budget, Mr. President or Mr. Finance Minister said they are uncapping for us, so NHIS and Get Fund, and also even with the COVID levy, there's a lot, although in this room we will have two different schools of thought. One school of thought will say that don't take the levy outright, don't take it out, but you can turn it into another form of maybe for non-communicable diseases and all that. And another school of thought is of the view, which I support, that it was the name is COVID levy. When it was brought in place, it was supposed to do something around the COVID. We don't have COVID anymore, so let's take it out, scrap it out. And if we need a non-communicable fund, we should now introduce that in Parliament, and let's go through the process again. So this is it. So far so good. I think some of these successes are things that we've all chalked. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Because I went to, you want to say?
Oh yeah, I think one that really affects us or was very personal was the electronic mobile money e-levy tax. And I think that advocacy and also being part of our budget, was one huge one for us. But there's also been, I don't know if acts and laws are also part, but right to information, acts, affirmative action, I think, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that's happened. And I'm impressed. I went to KFC maybe one late night. And when they printed the receipt for me, I took my time to look at it. I said, you people, it's like a tax government. You people work for government here. How am I working for government in the middle of the night? Because I want to eat chicken. I saw 15% VAT, then I saw 2%, 1%. By the time I had everything, it was around 22%. Wait. This is going to cause serious protest in Nigeria. And just the reality of what it is. Nigeria's VAT is 7.5%. And I even tried to scrap all the other small taxes around it. So, I will take it back to them now. People are balling in this. No wonder you're always in the club, But to be honest with you, I can see how you have articulated successes, in terms of us building advocacy, and which is extremely important because being intentional, and we're going to come about the approaches that we would use to even arrive where we want to be, but showing that this is not new. We've organized ourselves, we've reflected, we've adjusted, and we have been able to say we have a common goal. And a lot of times we have been successful. I can also imagine that a lot of times we have been unsuccessful. And I can bet there's a huge graveyard of unsuccessful advocacy. Same problem we even face in Nigeria around the issue of constituency projects ourselves in Nigeria, because maybe the incentive is on the other side is really, really high. But it's also very normal of what you get in a democratic system, that you could try, but there are no guarantees for successes at the end of the day. The most important part is that's why I mentioned that success is even relative. Because even for the things that you are successful today, there's an ego high that you have to put on it so that someone does not come from behind and erode all of that effort. Or even, and sometimes we even have what we call unintended consequences of advocacy. For example, in Nigeria, we did not too young to run, which means giving younger people opportunities to run. But how many poor young people can afford a ticket or or the nomination form, which is 5 million, 10 million for an election, or even afford the entire election position. So we now even have a bigger problem where the opportunity you want to give to young people has not even been captured by the children of the elite, some sort of way. So that's why I say the thing about advocacy is that it's like an unending direction. We just have to keep putting that pressure on. We'll come back again, and we also want to hear maybe later during the session about advocacies that have not been successful. I want us to come back to that later. The key actors that we have to bring together is who should we speak to when we are trying to build our advocacy. I'm always on the fact that when we are trying to drive an advocacy, it's not right to just say we want to be the mega star in this whole environment. It's always good that you come together as a group, because it's always easier to point to Jennifer and point to this person and that person and say, this is the person that you need to shut down. This is the real problem. It's just this person advocating for his or her interest. Whereas it's much more important that civil society organizations come together as a group to champion advocacy. And I'm sure by the time you look at all of the successful and unsuccessful advocacy that we have done, it's been a coalition of civil society organizations bringing themselves together. The thing also about the media is like our amplifier. We did an advocacy on openness in Nigeria about National Assembly opening up its budget to the public. And what we did was simple. Once we spoke, once we have a press release, the media is already making noise about it. In fact, we even targeted some public office holders. So if the person has finished, is finishing Salah and is just leaving the mosque and say, Mr. President, what do you have for Salah? We say, we enjoy all Nigerians to be nice and to be kind. The next question the journalist will ask is about this open house issue. What is your opinion? The guy will be like, on the Salah day again, So we even planted journalists so that at any time you are trying to speak to the media, that issue continues to be born, and so that, and as you have spoken about that issue gets reported against the press. Open house will be done. It will take time. So we keep the issue burning. The importance of us having highlights in the media for this cause, for any advocacy we are trying to build, is extremely important, because advocacy is nothing. It doesn't go like a hill. Sometimes it starts slow, it meanders, it drops, it picks up all over again, and it goes and again. And so because those issues are just systemic and they don't just go away. So it's also important that when we are doing our advocacy planning, there is a strong media planning. And what we did in budget was have 2 or 3 or 4 people in the media that we know are also very vocal about this. Make sure that they are part of the working group. Make sure that anytime any politician is tweeting or is sharing things, they continue to put those stories into it.
I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. My girl, sweet girl.
So that was the business edition with the CEO and the co-founder of Budget Nigeria.
In the world.
Speaking on a recent trip to Ghana, the work of civic advocacy using technology.
Please wait until I find my real side. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. La 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 la.
So as Budget Global Director and co-founder Onigbinde Oluseun speaking on a recent trip to Ghana on the role of civic advocacy, technology, and tracking of budgets.
I'll still wait for you.
Kickoff is coming up shortly. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's Friday morning. Welcome aboard to Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show with me, Edwin Kwakofi. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Politangana and Lesheho. Let's improve live. Let's start with the Black Queens and their head coach Kim Lasbio-Kegren says the team is mentally ready to face South Africa in the third place playoff today. Ghana suffered a heartbreaking penalty shootout loss to Morocco in their first WAFCON semi-final appearance in 9 years. But the coach says despite the setback, the Queens remain focused and are determined to finish the tournament on a high.
We are prepared. We were prepared to play the final. That's our first goal was probably to make the playoff, and then our goal in the group have been to push and be a little bit of an underdog, a great surprise. And to play the final, we worked really hard the other day. We were so close. So of course, yesterday we had a group of coaches and staff members and players that were really disappointed. But today is back on track again and focus on the next game and to make sure to do the best we can to win it.
That was Black Queens head coach Kim Lasbio-Kegren. One player who is grateful to him for the allowing her to feature in the tournament is midfielder Stella Nyameche. She praised the senior players in the squad as well for their guidance and support, saying it has made a big difference for young players like herself throughout the competition.
Thank the coach for the opportunity that he has given to us with the young ones, and we have learned a lot from the senior players, and we are still learning and growing as well. From the under 17 youth level to the Black Queens, I think there's a lot of difference between, and I think the senior players, especially Portia, Alice Pisi, Jennifer Kujo, Grisa Santua, they are helping us a lot. They are giving us a lot of advice and experience. So I think in all they have been with us on and off the field. So
that was Black Queens midfielder Stella Nyameche, who scored in the semi-final for Ghana's women's team. To the foreign front now, and Alexander Isak is reportedly exploring a move away from Newcastle United this summer after missing the club's pre-season tour of Asia. Although Newcastle say the Sweden striker was left out of the 30-man squad due to a minor thigh injury, several top European clubs are believed to be monitoring his situation. Liverpool remain interested in the 25-year-old despite recently signing Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt in a deal worth £69 million. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Politangana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life. Baba Lolo Ankasa, Polita is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polita, we get some more. Sumo super and the
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance-robbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end point to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first. Shop Price Low Price Birthday is on, which means you get all the low price deals without missing a beat. Celebrate with incredible savings like 250 ml Axe Ladies and Men deodorant for just 44 cedis, 99 pence worth, and 750 ml Amalfi Shower Gel, all variant for only 34 cedis, 99 pence worth each. Offers valid until 3rd August. Don't miss out on our party rock and low prices. Only at ShopRite. Lower prices you can trust always. Plus, you can stand to win groceries for a year. Simply purchase 3 participating products. Check your code on your competition till slip and enter via our WhatsApp line. Competition ends 7 September. See in store for more details.
CDC Ghana Limited wishes to inform all business owners, industrial operators, and tenants within the Tema acquisition area that a special rent collection exercise will commence on the 2nd of July and run through to 31st of July 2025. All defaulting leaseholders and occupants are hereby advised to settle outstanding arrears of their house, shops, offices, and ground rent within this period. Failure to comply will result in strict enforcement actions, including closure and sealing of premises and legal recovery procedures. To avoid disruption of your business operations or loss of access to your premises, visit CDC head office at Community 1, Tema. Pay all outstanding arrears and collect official receipts. We urge all stakeholders to treat this notice with urgency to avoid reputational damage and operational disruptions. For further information, please contact our 24-hour call center on 0303 202 731. TVC Ghana Limited, leader in the real estate business.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So hunam ya wuya, na wunya wunya. Rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all, bema wuya ne jai.
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is right around the corner. And hey, guess what? You can still jump in. Register now at blackstarmarathon.com or dial *713*33*22# to secure your spot in the 42.2K marathon or 10K run, walk, jog. This is your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon, happening live on Saturday, July 26, 6 a.m. at the Independence Square, Accra. ABSA Black Star Marathon. Your story matters.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
So it's 2 minutes past 8 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Yesterday, you called into the show to tell us what you're expecting from the Minister of Finance. So today, he says he's going to respond to some of the things you asked him to, or some of the things you said. So he's joining us in the studio soon to answer some of our questions on the budget, to also clarify a few things for us and to give us a better sense of how long will the honeymoon last, because it seems as if the reviews have been generally positive. So how long will the honeymoon last? That's the question. Is this going to be sustainable, or is this a 9-day wonder? I think that's the question people want to ask Uncle Ato. So that's coming up shortly. It's 3 minutes past 8 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Couple of quick announcements. Please send in those entries for the literacy challenge. Yes. If you are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you know that this essay competition is a 3-in-1 thing. Starts with an essay on climate change, followed by an aptitude test, and then of course there's the quiz competition. You can post them to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. Your essay should be handwritten, endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details in not less than 600 words. Discuss the effects of climate change on agric in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, and communities? Suggest practical solutions to help Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Get paid smarter with Zenith Merchant Pay. Running a business, make receiving payments fast, easy, and stress-free with Zenith Merchant Pay. Similar solution for SMEs and corporates. It's simple. *966# Zenith Bank's USSD. That's all you need. Sign up for the Zenith Merchant Pay today at any Zenith Bank branch and enjoy fast, secure, instant payments. AngloGold is cautioning the public against engaging in investment schemes being promoted on social media and allegedly being offered by AngloGold Ashanti Ghana, including the TikTok account promoting the Anglo Gold Ashanti investment scheme. This is a scam. Anglo Gold Ashanti Ghana does not operate and has not authorized any person to offer any investment scheme on TikTok. Stay alert, protect yourself from fraud, and report suspicious activities. For more information, go to anglogoldashanti.com or call 0556 582 933. Caleb will tell us more about the marathon that's happening tomorrow.
Absolutely. At the Independence Square, 6 a.m. is when it starts. History has been made. It's done by the this is the 2025 APSA Black Star Marathon. Around the corner is tomorrow. Race categories: full marathon, 42.2 kilometers, men, women, racing wheelchairs. We have 10-kilometer run, jog, walk, wheelchair category. If you haven't registered, no hassle, you can do that now. Pass by the APSA Clubhouse in Ridge, grab your race vest, your t-shirt and your bib near the former British High Commission, and you're good to go. Time is ticking. Do well to pass by. Sign up at the blackstarmarathon.com, blackstarmarathon.com. Dial *713 *33 *22 hash. And APSA Black Star Marathon is your story matters. Let's make it one for the books. And if you're looking for a secure, comfortable, and modern home for your family, meet the Eden Heights team at the Dansoman Cape Fit Club this Friday, that's today and tomorrow, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to arrange your immediate move in. We have amazing packages from spacious, ready to move in 3 and 4 bedroom apartments and penthouses at a good discount with flexible payment terms to our state-of-the-art sports complex boasting a fully air-conditioned indoor basketball court, football pitch, and swimming pool. Exactly what your family needs. Call or WhatsApp these numbers: 050-153-1443 or 050-153-1446. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Now, First Bank Ghana's junior internship program is back and ready to inspire the next generation. This long vacation, don't let them idle around. We'll give them work-life experience through internship, mentorship, and counseling. So this is happening from July 14, is ending in September 12. If you have kids up to 12, register them for the Kids First account. If they are between 10 to 14, create the Me First account for them. Then you apply for the First Bank Ghana junior internship program. There will be 5 exciting days of learning experience at all First Bank branches, and then they will receive a certificate alongside products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent, and then they stand a chance of winning attractive cash prizes. So call 0596-921-921. We are happy to be partnering the Ghana National Council of Private Schools to do this one.
Let's talk about KNUST and their homecoming.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest reunion of the year as the Tech Alumni Homecoming 2025 happening from 1st to 3rd August 2025 on the beautiful campus of KNUST Kumasi. The theme is celebrating our legacy, building our future. So join fellow technocrats.
Yes, that's their name.
I used to say technicians, but it's technocrats. Sorry. Yeah. Join fellow technocrats from across the world for an exciting lineup of events, a guided campus tour to relive your golden memories, faculty-based mentorship sessions to inspire the next generation. We have a grand opening ceremony and innovation exhibition. There is a dazzling networking cocktail and the unforgettable Generations Jam to reconnect and unwind. And that's not all. On Saturday, get your heart racing with a health walk, plant a legacy tree with a tree planting exercise, enjoy hall-based activities, compete in thrilling sports at Pajo Stadium. Wrap it all up on Sunday with a soul-lifting Thanksgiving service. Don't miss this historic moment to reconnect, reflect, and reignite the tech spirit. Save the date, 1st to 3rd August 2025 at KNUST Kumasi campus. Okay, so listen to me. When Republic Bank says they are the one for you, they mean they are the one for you. That's why they've reduced their CD mortgage interest rate even further to a new low in the 10s. That means that Kaka will get a new home, a brand new home, or the next one she wants for much less. Mm-hmm. So don't wait. This offer is only available for a limited time. And if you're ready to have a mortgage, if you already have a mortgage with your bank, then switch to Republic Bank and then enjoy the exciting deal. Visit any of our branches or send us an email, myhome@republicghana.com. Call in Accra 054-0109-649. In Kumasi 054-0109-901. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
end with the ABSA Mobi tap for me, Caleb.
All right. So in business, every moment without the right solution is an opportunity missed. As a business owner, you deserve a solution that can take your ambition to the next level. We're introducing the ABSA Mobi tab. It's the solution that turns your Android device into your ultimate business partner. With just your near-field communication-enabled mobile device, such as a mobile phone, you can accept payments from debit and credit cards, plus mobile wallets quickly, easily, anytime and anywhere. Is your business ready for the next level? Visit your nearest branch today. Sign up for ABSA Mobi tab. Unlock your business potential. T's and C's apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
So yesterday, each of you said what you were expecting to hear in the budget. I think from the newspaper review segment, it's fair to say Sky is very happy.
Yeah, man. They just continue.
Just take it easy. So you're talking about roads.
Yes.
All right. You said you want, Francisca, you said you wanted...
I said I wanted tax breaks for indigenous Ghanaian businesses.
Did you hear enough to convince you?
Well, I heard some. It wasn't enough, if you ask me. I find the VAT reform bill, which will abolish COVID in the right direction, the COVID levy in the right direction, because my sister runs a business, Audrey runs a business, and sometimes when you're looking at the cost build-up, okay, for your production, your production costs, all of these go into it. And so generally, I mean, for her and for business people in the country, we want an environment where we can properly do business and make good money, employ Ghanaians, and contribute to the national KT. So yes.
So pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
You were talking about the roads as well, and also something on the health.
Yes, on the health side. I thought I would hear the Blekusu road that connects Kwabenya to...
Blekusu is there?
Yes.
The Brekusu Road.
That goes to Ashesi University.
Yes, so you see, this is something that's funny.
Okay.
Yesterday, and he has to clarify, yesterday they listed about 3 different categories of roads.
Okay.
One category had to do with, how shall I even call it, debt exchange encumbered roads and infrastructure projects.
Yeah, that's one.
Then there's big push roads, of which Sky took a bulk. Then there's other routes that were started but stopped.
Okay.
That were now brought under big push. So when he comes, you can't explain.
See, I've been telling you that I'm a Babamele because that one is share pepper. Nobody they cheat nobody. You take one, I take one.
All right. So listeners as well, I'll be happy for you to send your questions to the minister. He's read a budget, and he spent 1 hour 49 minutes to read the budget. Of course, this is a midterm budget, so it's not supposed to be that heavy. So if you have any specific question or any clarification you want, send them to us on our WhatsApp number 054-998-6996. And indeed, we may even have time to play a few voice notes for him, right? If you feel like you want to speak directly to him on specific things that you've heard or seen. The food price issues he mentioned at the end of the day. Yesterday, his colleague, Road Minister, was urging cement
manufacturing
to reduce their price, because he says if they don't reduce their price, they don't get contracts. Because cement is a push-through cost. Once cement is high, construction costs go high. So we are looking forward to hearing more on that. So before I bring him in, which question should I ask him?
Oh, well, I mean...
You are happy.
I'm happy. You come and read the points. Because the way we beg the people to do the road.
And the Blekusu too.
But I have a question for you before, Francisca. You know, you've covered Parliament for almost 20 years. You know that there are some roads that come up in every budget.
Every budget.
So shouldn't you temper your expectation with a bit of caution?
Oh, no. This one, I can trust
do
the road. Because, look, I mean, for far too long, that side has been marginalized or sidelined. So if they don't do it, then I don't see how they'll go back to the people again. Because it's a major, issue there. And the fact that previous governments sort of were not doing anything about the situation. We begged, nothing was done. We expect, and I know with some degree of certainty that they would not renege on that promise.
So for me, I think, for instance, the CD's appreciation against the dollar, and now that it has stabilized, works. It's fantastic for businesses. But I think we want certain guarantees of certainty with the stability of the economy so that businesses can thrive, essentially.
So a lot of people, you want to know how sustainable this is. And Caleb?
But during the health minister's accountability series, he mentioned that allocation will be made for pharmacists and some healthcare workers who have been home for a long time. But some financial clearance in his presentation yesterday, the pharmacists did not hear clearly whether or not financial clearance has been made for some of them who've been home for the last 6 years. So our listeners who are within the professional pharmacy community want to know from the minister what allocations and provisions have been made for them.
Okay. But just before we go quickly, let's do this one for our very good friend, former president of the Chivining Alumina, Kenneth Kunsen. So it says, "You are my constant, my strength, and my greatest blessing. I'm proud to walk through life with you. Here's to many more years together." And it's going out to Mrs. Millicent Kunsen, the lovely wife of Kenneth Kunsen. And this one briefly also says that, "Please say blessed birthday to Lieutenant Colonel Dotte, who is retired, who turns 80 years today." Wow. Joseph Stephen Ni Ado is sending that out.
Okay, there are other requests there as well. Okay. So to CEO of Dija Beauty and Saka Perfumery, from your loyal customers, may Allah protect and guide you. And then, I think those are the ones we have for the morning.
Sorry. So our friend Nana Araba Atha is graduating today with a master's in health economics. So congratulations to her and all her cohorts who are graduating today.
So you can send us your comments and questions. 05499869996. I think the idea of an interview after a budget is to also break it down, because it's a statement that is read a lot of pages. The slides are 211, so that's a lot, and the statement itself is much bigger. The statement yesterday, I just went through the slide. The statement itself, 71 pages. There's also another document. So Honorable Kasila Tufosin is MP for Ejumaku Enyan Esiam, and he's also the Minister for Finance. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Bernard.
You still look fresh after reading 1 hour 49-minute speech.
Thank you.
It's not difficult. It didn't. It was how tough is it standing there reading a PowerPoint to the nation?
I think I'm used to it,
Okay.
and I've been doing it for some time now. And I've been MP for 17 years already.
Yeah. Hey, 17 years.
So, yes, I've been in the system for long.
So you're MP in your early 30s?
Yes, at 30 years I was an MP.
Wow.
I couldn't help but notice the coincidence between you're reading the budget and Mill's memorial, and you paragraph 4 you pay tribute to. I suspect he's your political. He discovered you, right?
Yes, and Professor Mills is also from my constituency.
Oh, not a Kumfi.
Part from a Kumfi and part from a.
So his father is from your constituency.
His father from Enyan Dentra. In my constituency, so he's.
Oh, he must. I'm sure
he
he
was
been
my
proud watching you on stage.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
Amazing stuff. Now, the midterm budget is never a big deal, and this year because you didn't even ask for any more money. It's almost like supposed to be low key, but you managed to make it a big deal with the way you presented it, and also with some of the punchlines you gave at the end. So, what is the idea of the midterm budget, and why is it important?
Okay, so first. Until 2016, media reviews are the discretion of the Minister of Finance. And sometimes it is the period for the ministers to seek for additional resources where necessary. Then in 2016, my former boss, the Honorable Setepe, decided to incorporate it as part of the PFM Act, and to make it mandatory for ministers of finance to update the nation in the course of the year, performance year to date, and to be able to make some revisions where possible. And if there's the need for us to introduce new policies, you do so. So it has become part of government architecture since 2016 in the Public Financial Management Act. And since then, it has always been.
From a media side, what we look out for is whether you ask for any more money. But to the extent that you didn't ask for any more money, what is the most important thing you wanted to say yesterday?
Okay, so President Mahama took office in about 200 days.
Yeah.
We presented our first budget in March. I went to the ministry late January. And so ahead of the budget, we have already begun the implementation of our key policies. The budget announced that, and then we went ahead and implemented it. We couldn't have, at the time, for example, finish most of our first year things we needed to do, because we had very little time. I had to prepare the budget in the space of 4 weeks to 6 weeks since I got to the ministry. And so in preparing the budget, we came out with a number of policies. First, to stem the decline, and 2, to reset the country, and most importantly, announce policies that will bring down inflation and stabilize the currency. So that was the foundation of the 2025 budget. In doing so, there were some items like the big push that I announced them, but I did not give specifics.
Okay.
So I showed a line that we have allocated X amount of big push, but I'll come back because you needed to do more work to know exactly what you are spending the money on.
Correct.
And so I held on, and I knew I was going to come back after preparation. And so this was an opportunity for me to give indication where we are going to go.
Okay.
And clearly, the president had to make a decision. And remember, this is his budget, so he has to give an indication where he wanted to spend.
Okay.
So apart from an update, we needed to introduce a number of things. And you can't also assume that after going to office January, February, March, you will know almost everything that you have inherited. So you know some, but some certainly you will not be able to know. And so it is also because of the experience some of us we've had over the years. I was a ranking member for 7 years. I was a minority leader for 2 years. And so clearly I had some understanding of what the situation is. But I was amazed to see the detail, the details, and the details will keep unfolding day in, day out. But you have a job to do.
So are you saying that things were much worse than you originally thought in terms of what you inherited?
100%.
Give me some examples.
100%. So first of all, I had always had an impression that the IMF program, for example, was actually on track. Only for us to go to the ministry and realize that the program was not on track. Because the fund, you remember, the IMF needed to seek what you call the political assurance from us, from the opposition, anytime the program is leading into election. They did the same with MPP in 2016. So they seek political assurance from us. And in the process, we had to engage them. Because I can't just give assurance without knowing what the situation.
So the IMF team met you whilst you were in opposition?
Yes. Just like they did for MPP also in 2016. So they met us, and they needed, it was a prior action before they go to the board for the fourth review. No, the third review. So they met with us, and we did our presentation. We brought our risk. We talked about issues that we were concerned about, the direction of the country, and what they should ask, what they should be looking for. They gave us an impression, obviously, that things are okay, and they're optimistic that there will not be any major slippage. We went into the ministry a few months later and saw the bombs. This one, big bombs coming in and signifying that we need to do a lot more heavy liftings in the year 2025.
You said in the budget that the program had deviated substantially from its target by close of 2024. Did you? But you didn't elaborate.
Okay.
So I want some evidence of that.
Okay. So, for example, the anchor, is what we call the fiscal, the primary surplus. Remember, this program that came into being when the the country went through significant debt restructuring. Again, this particular IMF program is different from all the 17 other programs we have seen. It's unique in the sense that this is the only program that came with haircut. It's the only program that came with a haircut because IMF does not lend into an unsustainable situation. When your debt is unsustainable, they will not give you money. And it's a precondition that you have to undergo debt restructuring before you can get access to the ECF. And this is in the Articles of Association of the IMF, and no human being can change it. It's there. So, knowing very well that our debt was unsustainable, we needed to go through that drastic debt restructuring even before. And government of Ghana had to take that lead. The fund will say that, okay, your debt is unsustainable. When you invite them in, they will come in and undertake debt sustainability analysis with the World Bank. So the debt sustainability analysis that were conducted jointly by the World Bank and IMF revealed that Ghana's debt is unsustainable. And so we went through debt restructuring. Very significant debt restructuring. So pensioners and others, domestic, Eurobond holders, OCC and all had to go through the debt restructuring. So that was done. And so for us to get out of the debt trap, we needed to use the primary balance. Remember, the primary balance simply means that you are not accumulating debt over a period if it is surplus. Okay, if you are not accumulating debt, because it is the main driver of debt. And so if it is positive, then it means you are not accumulating debt. And the anchor is such that you need to do 1.5% surplus. In fact, during their time, they were supposed to do 0.5% surplus. What happened at the end of the year? Plus 0.5, we ended up minus 3.9.
You are talking end year 2024.
End year 2024. That's what I'm talking about.
You are saying that per the program agreement,
yes,
we should have ended 2024 with a
primary surplus of 0.5% of GDP. But they ended up doing.
And you didn't know this by March.
No, you wouldn't. You can't know. No. September I knew. March I knew about it.
Okay, you knew.
Yes, so the IMF reported on it.
I see.
Everyone else. I even reported to Parliament.
Okay. So then you gave yourself a target of 0.4 for end of this year.
I gave myself a target of 1.5% surplus by end of 2025.
1.5.
But 1.5% by June, my target was to do 0.4
by June.
But I've done 1.1.
So you believe you're on course?
Yes.
So you're saying one of the main
I've done 1.1 already.
One of the main evidences of your claim that the IMF program was signaling off track was the primary surplus target that they missed.
Correct.
Is that the only one?
No, there are a number of structural benchmarks. For example, linking GANEPS to GANEPS and GIFMIS. And many others. I do not have the data here. I would have taken you through all what they missed. At the last budget, I listed all the.
What worries me is that usually when the staff team comes, they would usually appraise the program.
Correct.
And I never heard Pierre Roudet say anywhere that there had been any targets missed.
Oh, they did. Can we go back to the IMF staff report?
Okay.
Yes.
Is this for third quarter 2024?
Oh, you can use the recent one. You can use the recent one. They did say yes. They've listed all what has been missed.
But my point is that they said it after the government had left. But when the government was in power,
when the government, they did not say that when the government was there. This is because, for example, the IMF will be coming to Ghana for faith review in September.
Yeah.
And they are going to use data as of June 2025 for assessment.
Okay.
So they will not be able to make comment on July, August, and September because they will not have the data.
So then you're saying that the targets missed were for the Q4
for the Q4
of 2024.
It is cumulative for the Q4. In their the third review, of which they made a disbursement in December, they used data as of June.
Okay.
June 2024. That's what they did. So they did not use the existing data. The current data. They used data as of June, so they could not make that kind of.
So assumption. Beyond IMF, you listed a number of things that you believe, because we are still on the theme of what you found after having been in that office for like 6 months. You spoke about irresponsible spending, left arrears of about 67 billion, and contractor commitments of 194 billion. Now, the status of that is what? Because you said you were doing some audit. So I just want to tell us, what have you done about what you met?
Thank you.
67 billion arrears.
Thank you very much. Let me first say that, Bernard, Ghana's biggest problem has to do with the way we contract contract. I mean, I have never seen a country where every state agency can just award a contract without approval from the right place, normally from Ministry of Finance. It is basic PFM requirement, public financial management requirement. And this is your company, Bernard. You can't just award a contract. You need the MD to be aware, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need the MD will have to ask the accountant whether they have money or not, isn't it? Before you award a contract. But the cleaner is awarding a contract. The driver is awarding a contract. Everyone at all is awarding a contract.
On his own balance sheet.
On their own balance sheet. On the balance sheet of the government, of the country, of the company. That is Ghana's biggest fiscal problem and has always been. And that is why you notice that
different ministry, department, and agencies.
Oh yes,
can enter.
They were just awarding a contract without
which
without
has implications on.
And you know what happens? So they award a contract and send the bills to the Ministry of Finance to pay, whether they have money or not. And if the Ministry of Finance doesn't have the money to pay, they build arrests. They build interest on delayed payment.
And this has gone on for how long?
Oh,
this has been the practice.
It has been the practice. We cured it in the PFM Act in 2016.
You cured it?
Yes, Honorable Setepe introduced that as part of the PFM amendment, but it was never respected because, you know, the PFM Act became law in August, September 2016 and was never implemented when MPP were in office. Partially implemented. I mean, you couldn't. It was not really, and it looks like because they didn't. It wasn't like their baby. The understanding was also not there in terms of what it should be. In the 8
years, the idea that the finance ministry should be the final approver of contracts that have debt implications was never respected.
Some places, some ministry, and I say this for, let me single out one particular ministry, the Works and Housing Ministry under the previous NPP. You could see always asking for commencement authorization before contract is awarded, and I give that to them. If it is one particular ministry that respected that particular rule, it was the Works and Housing Ministry. But aside that Works and Housing Ministry, Ministry of Roads were the biggest corporate.
Wow.
Awarding contract with blatant disregard to the laws of Ghana. And you could see that contracts where the contractors are expecting the government to pay.
20 billion
cedis.
So let's separate two things. You mentioned arrears of 67 billion and then contract commitments of 194. Of the 67, I'm told about 20 something billion
yes.
is roads.
So of the 67, 22 billion cedis
is roads.
Happens to be road. The Auditor General has validated about 23 billion, and he said 27 billion is waiting for further validation, and he has rejected about 3.5 billion cedis.
So you won't pay?
No, the Auditor General says that don't even try to pay.
Will the 194 billion contract commitments also be audited?
Yes, he's auditing that as we speak, because we need to understand whether there's the need for us to continue with these contracts at all, and whether they are legitimate contracts, whether they have commencement authorization, and if they do, how do we plan to absorb them going forward into the medium term? This is critical because, you know, this will feed into expenditure because I've committed you to do some work for me. And if, for example, you decide to do all the 197 billion cedis contract this year, it means I have to provision to pay, isn't it? And if I'm not able to provision to pay that amount, it may attract interest, isn't it? And so after the audit, I should be able to know that I have 197 billion, or let's say 180 billion cedis worth of contracts. I should be able to sit with the contractors to say that, okay, can you pace it? For example, can you do 20 billion worth of work today Then tomorrow you do another 10 billion worth of work. And in the period, I'll be able to also look for revenue and pay. Because, for example, if they all end up 197 billion invoiced sent to Ministry of Finance, I may have to go and borrow 197 billion. And borrowing 197 billion will mean that I'm also adding to the public debt. I may be borrowing from domestic sources. So what will happen? I'll crowd out the private sector and many others.
So beyond the
so
auditing
you need to know exactly
beyond the
what
auditing
you're
of
going to do.
these numbers in terms of arrears and contracts, you're saying that no ministry, department, or agency can enter a contract of any kind.
Okay, so
what type of contract?
So we've amended the public, the Public Procurement Act, to say that if you are to award a contract as part of your budget, you need commencement authorization.
Okay.
And this time the liability is not on the ministers, but it's on the procurement entities. So if you are, let's say, Public Procurement Authority and you grant approval for contract without commencement authorization, you are the one who have committed a crime and not the minister.
Last point, the president said last week during his thank you tour that he believes some contractors had been paid from the road fund and yet had found ways to also be paid by the Ministry of Finance.
Correct.
And that those people will be found out. Is that something that came from this audit of the 67 billion, or is a different thing he's talking about?
Part of it is okay. So some of the things we've picked up at the Ministry of Finance is the fact that we've seen a number of recycled invoices. And some came from the Ministry of Road. The Minister of Road himself informed us that he's picked this up. And so we should investigate those ones. I mean, sadly, we were processing expenditures outside the government system. And so it was very difficult for you to, at a glance, be able to say that Avler Company Limited, for example, road contractor has, for example, done X work, we've paid X, and then this is what is left. And that is what you should be able to see with a proper accounting system. But when you process those expenditures on an Excel sheet and pay that contractor, how will you be able to know that this contractor has been paid or not been paid? And so they recycle the invoice. Another anomaly that I've seen is that maybe I'm using a lesser word, anomaly. But let me say that why should Road Fund, for example, award a contract of which this contract is expected to be paid by the Road Fund? But in the end, Ministry of Finance pays for it. And when Ministry of Finance pays, Ministry of Finance fails to inform the Road Fund that we have paid. So that contract, that same certificate can be recycled and Road Fund can be paid. And this is what we've seen across. For example, ECG, they do some work. Ministry of Finance is not supposed to be paying ECG's invoices work they have awarded. But for some interesting reason, these invoices came to Ministry of Finance and they've paid. And if they've paid, have you informed ECG that I've paid your debt? And you never know, an accountant may change. Somebody may change there. And the same person can send the invoice and process it. So these are the anomalies.
So for you, the most significant decision you've taken since you came back was the amendment of this 2016 PFM to insist that the Ministry of Finance becomes the final authority for contract awards.
Because if you want me to pay, I should know what you are awarding.
Fair enough. The energy sector, you said, was bleeding with $1.5 billion in financing shortfalls. The Auditor General last week also said to us that about 80% of the financial irregularities and infractions within the public sector were from the energy sector.
That's sad.
So this 1.5 billion, what have you done about it? Or what are you going to do about it?
So we have the energy sector shortfalls, and the government will have to find a way to fund that. Otherwise, the repercussion would be that we'll have some disruptions in power. In the budget, we programmed 28 billion cedis. That 28 billion cedis, 27 billion cedis has gone up by 2.9 billion. So we are now talking about 29.9 billion cedis going to that sector alone. Obviously, because of the inefficiencies we are seeing in the sector. The minister is doing everything possible to clamp down on these inefficiencies, but it will take some time. He can't simply do that within weeks. Some are so systemic that it requires comprehensive reforms, and these reforms will need some time. But in the meantime, you need to look for money and fund it. We are funding it. What we are saying is that this 28 billion could be used to provide essential social service to the state. But why are we spending this money on things that we shouldn't have spent on? So we will work to resolve some of these challenges going forward, but there's more work to be done.
Now, before you ended the budget, you said that there were 4 major risks for the economy. But what I found curious was that you didn't mention the energy sector. And this is curious because in April this year, you described the energy sector as the biggest economic threat currently facing the country. This was during the Ghana Energy Compact mission, 300 with the World Bank. But yesterday, when you listed your 4 big risks,
I did not mention that.
So I'm worried about that.
So let me clarify.
Why?
I did not say risk to the economy. I said risk to the 2025 budget.
So the 4 you mentioned yesterday are risks to the budget?
To the budget, this particular budget.
Okay.
So the energy has been catered for appropriately in the budget in terms of amount that we need to be able to fix the challenge for this year.
Okay.
So it is no longer a risk to this budget, but it remains a risk to the economy.
Correct.
I've always said that it is the biggest risk to Ghana's economy.
And I
stand by that. The biggest risk of Ghana's economy is the energy sector. But it's not a risk to the implementation of the 2025 budget.
Okay.
The first risk for me to this budget happens to be wages and salaries. Already, we have exceeded the target, the half-year target, by 1.34 billion Ghana cedis. 1.34 billion Ghana cedis.
Why?
This is because in the last quarter of 2024, the previous administration employed so many people and they went onto the payroll in January, February.
Wow.
So many, particularly health, education, and the security services. They've gone into the payroll February, March, April. You know the number of people that they employed. And sometimes you look at the numbers, they say that they have employed X, but you go and you realize that they've actually employed Y. In some cases, the Ministry of Finance gave a commencement authorization for them to employ 100, but they've employed 180. And they are all on the payroll. They are Ghanaians, of course. You can't just go and take them out. It's somebody's mistake. You can't just go and take them out. It's a risk and you need to deal with it. I have 1.34 billion. 1.34 billion times 2 may end up hitting about 2.7 billion by end of year. And so it is a risk for me.
So how are you dealing with that?
And so,
are you going to sack them? Are you going to?
No, sacking is not an option. I've no desire to recommend same. And let me say that there are ways to deal with it. One of the ways, I think I recommended a number of ways. I've begun payroll audit.
Payroll audit.
Payroll audit. I believe there are some goals that we can find.
Because you're an accountant, if it's a hammer, everything is a nail. So you are doing a lot of auditing. You are auditing arrears. You are auditing contracts.
Payroll.
Now you're also auditing payroll.
And many more. Many more. You see, we have the Auditor General.
Auditor in Chief.
The Auditor General is there. He's happy. He's working. And he needs to be used.
So you started or you will start a payroll?
No, we've done, I think it's about 90% complete now.
And what have you found so far?
Oh, so far we found about 14,000 people that we can validate. We can validate. And yesterday I said it. That this 14, we can validate, we can find them. They may be ghosts.
14,000
14,000 people on the payroll. Oh, we can validate.
Across sectors?
Across sectors. And so far we've also found about 53,000 separated staffs on the payroll.
Hold on. 14,000 people that may not even exist.
May not even exist.
And then 53,000
separated staff.
Where separated means what?
Separated staffs are staffs that are either on retirement, they've been appointment revoked, they may be deceased, or they are not supposed to be on payroll.
So they probably were on the payroll and then they are not supposed to be there,
they are not supposed
but they are
to
still
be
being paid.
They are being paid.
And have you found how long they've been there?
So the Auditor General has given me feedback year to date, and I'm waiting for the final audit, and when it's available.
But back of the envelope, if 53,000 people plus 14K, so that's how much is that? 69,000.
Yeah.
So if you remove those 69,000, you stop paying them. Do you know how much you save?
So I'm waiting for the Auditor General to provide me the final numbers, and I'm working very close with the Auditor General. And I'm so happy I'm working.
But do you not think that beyond the audit, if this is true, then the controller people who oversaw this also have questions to answer?
Not only the controller, they do have questions to answer. But let me say this and use your medium to send a caution to those who validate ghosts across the economy. That you see, they are playing with public funds and they will be personally liable for the validations that they've been doing over the years. If you validate ghosts and you pay the ghost, you knowing very well that this guy is not supposed to be on the payroll, and you, the headmaster, the hospital manager, or someone somewhere sitting somewhere, and you are saying that he's working, and you validate, and that person receives public fund, will hold you responsible. Not only the ghost, you irresponsible.
Still on risk, you said the second risk was the Tema port and our ports. Can you what do you mean by that?
Okay, so we have again, even though the overall revenue is doing well, we are seeing some underperformance at the Tema port in particular. We've seen, yes, the city has appreciated, but we've also seen an increase in volumes. So the increase in volumes should be able to offset the appreciation. If not, even if it doesn't offset it 1-to-1, it shouldn't be the levels we are seeing. So we are seeing, a sharp decline, almost about 1.6 billion cedis. So the domestic side of revenue is doing extremely well. So it is covering up for customs. But they can't always be covering up for customs. Customs is supposed to do well. International trade is supposed to be doing well, and revenue is supposed to be coming in. And so the kind of underperformance I see there requires that I do some work there. And so in the coming days...
Don't tell me you're going to audit.
it won't be an audit, but maybe human resource audit to find out
so
the,
for listeners,
the kind of stuff.
The customs is the people who at our border post and points of entry collect revenue for the state, as against IRS in the past, which is the domestic GRA people. So you're saying on the domestic tax, income tax and all those things, you seem happy with what you've seen.
Oh yes.
The new GRA boss, you are okay.
Oh, excellent.
Your challenge is that at the ports of entry, and is it only Tema or even the land ports too?
So we have two problems. The first one is massive revenue leakages at Tema Port. In the coming days, I think I may end up relocating my office to Tema Port.
Is that serious?
Yes. It may have to get to that for us to be able to see what is happening. But let me say this: we see the main border posts seeing a lot of smuggling also into the country. Places like Sankasi. In the I don't think it's beer. It's further up. Upper East maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's further up. And it's coming
up. So
up.
this is Togo?
Yes, coming up from the Togo side, where a lot of smuggling from the Togo port are entering through Ghana. And it's a matter of significant concern. We've picked up that up, and people are coming to inform us and all. So in the coming days, we'll be strengthening the preventive side of the Ghana Revenue Authority.
So this is smuggling into Ghana?
Into Ghana. And you know, this smuggling does not only take away our revenue, but also takes employment away from Ghana. Because for example, we have a lot of companies producing palm oil in Ghana, but this oil is now coming from Togo, imported oil. We are losing the revenue, and because of the smuggling, the Ghanaian companies are shutting down and they are leaving Tema. And so what happens to you? The people are not getting jobs.
So you institute a solution at Tema and other ports of entry to deal with the issue of revenue underperformance from the customs side. You also said the smuggling of marine gas oil, which you believe is a risk to the budget.
Yes. We have programmed some revenue coming from the energy sector levies.
Okay.
And this revenue is under threat because we have seen an upsurge in the marine gas oil.
Smuggling outside?
Smuggling. So, you see, we have a lot of tax exemptions on marine gas.
Okay.
And the marine gas is not different from gas oil.
Is diesel used for
exactly
for vessels on the sea?
For vessels. So, I will go and, for example, buy marine gas oil, and I'm saying I'm going to use it for my
trawler.
But in the end, I'll bring it back into the system and use it and sell it as diesel.
Oh.
And because of that,
significant amounts of
there's
money
significant amount. We are talking about $500 million.
$500 million cedis?
$500 million cedis.
Are these large companies or small companies?
So the sector briefed us, the minister responsible for energy, and even the industry.
The fisheries.
The industry people from Comac and the industry.
Okay.
The
AOMC.
You have astute CSOs like the Boajes Group and all of that saying that these things needs to be dealt with. And so we took it serious. We investigated, and in fact, that is what is happening. So we've taken steps to remove the tax exemption on marine gas oil to smoothen that.
We're talking to Minister of Finance at 247, and we've picked up on risks to the budget. We'll come back to economic performance, but we're sort of trying to understand how he sees the economy and what is the risk. You can send your comments to us on 054-998-6996. We'll also deal with the big question you've been asking us to ask about sustainability of the cedi's stability. Indeed, the macro indicators, everything seems to point in the right direction. GDP growth, inflation, we'll deal with all that plus your comments. But let me deal with the last risk where you said award of contracts in US dollars is also a risk, and for that matter, you are banning completely.
Yep.
I wanted you to clarify that, because for some contracts, I thought, for example, the funding agencies, so for example, if World Bank, AFDB, or somebody is giving me we call it counterpart funding or some money for some project, usually it's listed in the currency of the person giving me the money, right? So I don't understand what you mean by saying that award of contracts in USD will be banned completely.
Yes. Yes. Bernard, unless it is a grant that the host nation or the grant country will choose their contractor and award that go and do something in your country, that obviously you have nothing to say. But if I'm going to take a loan from AFDB, from any commercial source, from the World Bank, and it is a loan that I will pay back, are you saying that the loan that I have contracted, I should not be able to say that I want it awarded in the Ghana cedis, but it should be in dollars? No. Simply no. You can't do that in South Africa. You can't. You can't do that in a lot of other middle-income countries. It is never done.
Let me ask
we are too liberal.
So if a Western-based agency is financing a road and they give me $100 million,
is it free money?
You're saying that loan should be calibrated in cedis?
No, they should give me a loan in dollars. I am awarding a contract to a contractor.
Okay.
If you give me I will give the
so
contractor.
The loan can be in dollars.
It can be in dollars.
But the contractor
I'm giving the person in cedis.
I get it. Okay.
I will go and take my dollar loan or euro loan or whatever loan. But I have a responsibility to say that if you want to work for me, work and believe in my currency.
Why were people awarding contracts in dollars?
Oh yes,
it's
an endemic in this country. You see, even sea defense war, the normal sea defense wars that you see, they award them in dollars. Meanwhile, what constitutes the sea defense war? What are the components?
Rocks, I think.
Rocks. Do they import rocks for it to be in dollars? In fact, rocks and mesh. That's what they use, and sand. Yet they denominate it in dollars. There's so many contracts in Ghana.
Given by government
agencies.
To foreign contractors or local contractors?
Local contractors.
Oh wow.
Local contractors.
So you are banning
and the last one
award of contracts in dollars.
The last one, first one that we've just begun. The sea defense wall that we are constructing in the Agaveji area, Blekusu area. It is denominated in cedis for the first time. For the first time. And not only that, you see a lot of road contractors now. The one you just spoke about, the one on the what do you call it? This road in Sawam Road, it's in dollars. The one in Kaswa is in dollars. The one in Takrady to Aguna Jones is in dollars. Every contract we are awarded in dollars, and as if we are in the United States.
So the in Sawam Pokwasi Road, I think was an Exim loan, right?
It wasn't an Exim. It's Afri-Exim. So it's Afri-Exim loan.
And I think the amount...
It's a commercial loan.
The amount was in USD.
Correct.
Now, your point is that when awarding the contract to the local contractor, which I think is Maripoma, it should be in cities.
Yes. Okay. So I don't even want to mention a company's name.
Yes, just for clarity.
Yeah. So just wanted to talk about it generally. First of all, you took a loan from what do you call it? Agribusiness, $750 million. You've paid $100 million. The rest of the money you've spent it.
Are you giving a hypothetical example? You are saying something?
No, I'm saying something for that particular.
So you are saying that this is Sawam Road?
Yes.
The loan was how much?
It was $750 million from Agribusiness.
All for the road?
And it was supposed to be for that road, about 3-4 roads. That particular road, Kumasi, the former majority leader's constituency, Swami Runabout, and a number of them, I think about. And you were saying that is what you are using the money for, $750 million. Now, all these projects have not reached anywhere, but yet you finish the money. There's no money there. Finish.
How much were they paid? So
in the case of the in Sawam 1,
yes,
they paid about 100 and something million. I'm not too sure. 100 and but so it was slightly over $100 million out of the 300 and something million.
So about
yes,
1/3.
Yes, and the money is finished.
The
and
work you see there, do you see 1/3 of the work done?
Oh, so first of all, I'm not a road engineer.
Okay.
And what I may see with my eyes may be different from what the technical people will see. So I don't want to comment on things that I have very little knowledge about. So granted that he's done the work, the argument here is that the remaining amount, the loan you took, you have spent it. Okay. Now a new government has come. You do not have that loan. He has to fund this from state resources.
Wow.
State resources. And these state resources will not be in dollars. It will be in cedis.
Do you know what the rest of the money was used for? If you are saying 350 million was what was to be spent.
If you want to know, I will be able to get it for you.
But you are sure the money has been drawn down?
100% is gone. They paid at once. It's spent.
So they gave us 750 million for about 4 projects, of which this road should have taken about 350. And only 170 was paid.
Yes.
And so, what are you going to do about that?
Oh, the money has been they always say money is fungible, so they use it to fund something else. And but in the end, the money is finished. So that's what it is. It's finished.
So I notice you move. I'll come to the roads, Caleb. We'll come to the roads where you moved it because we're on the subject. So I just want. So we need to pay about 200 and something million to those guys.
Yes, you have to.
So you've brought that road under what?
And the big push.
Under the big push.
Under the big push.
Have you made funding available for it for this year?
Okay, so the big push has money. We already have 13.8 billion allocated by Parliament through the Appropriations Act. So that is available, and we are going to use that to pay those roads. So already that particular contractor, we've paid all certificates year to date, and the contractor is going to go back.
My clarification was that you listed 32 roads that were supposed to be treated under big push.
Correct.
Then you listed another about 20 something roads also under big push.
Yes.
This in Sawam Road is in the second group.
Exactly.
Will all of these roads get a 13 billion?
Yes. Let me clarify. We have what you call the President Mohammed's Big Push program. We've gone round, we've selected some projects. And after selecting this project, we noticed that there are certain projects that the previous administration awarded, but we do not have dedicated funding for it.
Okay.
So you have in Sawam Road, for example, that they should have had dedicated funding, but the money doesn't exist, so there's no money. You have the Kaswa to Winneba.
Oh, okay.
There's no money. And it's awarded again in dollars, and you have to fund it from your city revenue. And the contractor is a local contractor, and you have to fund it. And so what we are saying is that a number, and I've only cited these two because we are in the crowd.
Dualization of Agona, Swami Interchange.
Exactly.
Nas N1 Watuhan Road.
Exactly.
Upgrade of Tumu Chuchuliga, Navrongo Chuchuliga Sandema, Tepa Goso, Hohwe Jasikan, Nkwanta Otidamanko, Have Hohwe, Adenta Dodowa, Jiniji Sampa. You are saying these roads were awarded, but money was not available.
And so you can't also abandon them. because you are a new government or not. I mean, you need to continue this project, and the president has made a pledge to continue this critical project when elected. He made that pledge. So the president has said that these major roads, he has novated them into the big push. And so they will be added to the big push program. And so they will be funded under the big push so that at least we have dedicated sources of funding for this project to be completed. And that is the vision of His Excellency the President.
Caleb, I want you to go to that page and just help us later to identify, because there are 3 projects that I see.
Yeah.
I see one group of projects which you say because of the progress we've made with the debt exchange, those projects will start.
Correct.
Then I see a group of projects which you are initiating under big push. Then I see a group of projects which you are saying the previous government started, but because they didn't have money, you are novating.
Yes.
So I maybe Caleb will help me with that, but at that point is packed for now, because I think it's important for people to clarify this. Let's just go back to a few other points. So back to energy quickly. So are you saying that you and the energy minister are clear that going forward, no new contracts will be signed, nothing will happen in that sector to continue the risk? You are happy that you and Jinapa are on the same page, because that sector keeps popping up.
It is. It's something else. The energy sector need a complete revamp. I commend my colleague, the Minister for Energy. I think he's doing some massive work at the sector. And very soon he will outline his blueprint and on what he's doing to turn around the sector.
Okay.
First and first, he's been able to stabilize the power situation. And at least we have stable power. And now the systemic issues that needs to be addressed, particularly at ECG, is on course.
Okay.
I can say for sure that I'm very comfortable with the new ECG MD. Okay. He's doing amazingly well. I mean, if one single CEO...
He's an old hand.
Yeah, if one single CEO deserves my commendation, I'll commend him any day.
Okay.
I'll commend him any day. I think his principle is hard working, he's pushing hard, and he's doing what is required of him.
Let's come back to this. So priority projects under restructured bilateral debt. Yeah. So this is from paragraph 210 going. You list about XVV, you list about 15, 16, 20, you list about 25 projects. So are you saying that these projects, they stalled because of the debt program?
Yes.
And therefore they've been brought back on course because we've paid our debt?
Okay, so let me put it this way. We inherited 55 stalled projects. 55.
Okay.
And under the OCC IMF agreement, government of Ghana can draw down $250 million a year.
Okay.
$250 million a year.
For this project?
For this project. And all in all, we have about 3 billion Ghana cedis outstanding. Remaining amount to be drawn down, 3 billion. And so if you are going to draw down only $250 million of the 3 billion, it will simply mean that you will need 12 years before you can complete all these 55 projects. Now, 12 years will mean you have to spread it so thin. And in the course of the 12 years, you'll be incurring additional costs.
And when projects delay, the cost will up.
Cost will
so it's not
escalate.
sustainable.
It won't be sustainable.
So you have to reduce the number of 55.
So we had to take the hard decision, working with the OCC and working with the
Official Creditor Committee.
Official Creditors Committee, and then working with the IMF to to bring some priority to some of the list.
So are you saying that with this 25, you can finish it in one election cycle?
So I think it's 24.
24 projects.
We'll pick 24. I remember very well. I think
Caleb, do you have the list?
Yes,
just
please.
walk me through.
Yes.
So some of them would all these 24 you finish.
So this 24 will finish by 2028. Everything. 100%.
Right. So there's a new bridge across the Volta River at Volivo.
Yes.
That's part of it. Construction of
That's number one.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
Tema Aflao Road Project Phase 1.
Where does Phase 1 end?
So again, I'm no engineer.
Okay.
It will be difficult for me
to
be very sure. You have to ask Kwame.
What's the next one?
So the next one is construction of the Tema Aflao Road Project Phase 1.
That's number 2.
Number 3 is Tema Motorway Roundabout through Ashaman Roundabout to Atimpoku.
Okay, we know that road.
Yes. There's construction of 14 pedestrian bridges.
Places are not listed.
Yes. The Kumasi Roads and Drainage Extension.
Okay.
Number 6 is Park Grant Interchange and Secondary Takrady Township Roads, phase 1. There's rehabilitation of Dom Kitasi Road. That's my already.
I told you.
You're right.
So this is Ashesi University.
Yes. So by 2028 it will be done, Minister?
Yes, correct.
Oh, great. And then there's Obechebi Lamte Interchange phase 2.
Just here.
Yes. There is Bogatanga Boko Pulimakom Road.
Okay.
The number 10 is PTC Roundabout Interchange Project at Takoradi. Number 11, construction of drinking water facilities in Wenchi. Number 12, Secondary Takoradi Water Supply.
Okay.
13, modernization of Komfanochi Teaching Hospital.
Okay.
14, construction of central medical stores in Tema. Interesting.
After the fire.
15 is Efia Nkwanta Regional Hospital in Takoradi.
Now that's where I was born.
Oh,
you're born in Nkwanta.
yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
Interestingly, they're rehabilitating the place.
Wow.
Nice. So Bogatanga Regional Hospital.
That's 16.
Yes. 17 is establishment of the University of Environment and Sustainable Development at Bonsu.
Eastern region.
Okay, is that a satellite campus or is a full-fledged?
Bonsu, that university that, it's you know, yeah.
My thing is, there's
funded
so
by
many
police.
one is environment. So is this a satellite?
No, it's a
for
satellite
that?
campus someday.
So it's a
Okay.
satellite campus. Great.
Okay.
And then there's
17,
establishment
18.
of 18. Establishment of 9 state-of-the-art technical and vocational education training centers.
Places are not listed.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
So integrated e-learning laboratories in senior high schools.
That number is not mentioned.
Minister, this one, consider Raleigh Senior High School. It's not far.
No, it's an ongoing
It's already
project.
there.
It's an ongoing project.
Stop
So
the lobby.
I cannot change the scope.
Okay.
Number 20.
So there's expansion and development of existing senior high schools.
Already, yeah. 21.
When I say I shouldn't say anything. Okay, so renewable energy program, that is a pilot photovoltaic system.
Photovoltaic system.
Okay, photovoltaic system. And then there's renewable energy and energy efficiency program. And then there's construction of the Takoradi market. Okay. And Kumasi Central Market Phase 2.
What was the criteria for selecting these 20?
I listed the criteria that we first gave priority to projects that are 70% complete and road contractors, road construction.
Good. Now, the second group of projects is your big push roads that are 32 in number, which, Caleb, if you can find for me, I just wanted to run through it so we are sure that he's confirming that he's not misreading what he read in Parliament.
Yeah.
Those are together, I think, 5,000 kilometers, I am told.
Yeah.
If you can open that for me. And then the last group is the Novation one, where the roads...
No, the 5,000 kilometers is for the road fund ones.
The road fund
the ones that we are novating.
Okay, so
the realignment of the road fund.
So wonderful. Now,
yes.
Paragraph 299, the Ministry of Finance has issued commitment authorization for the Federal Infrastructure Project and the Big Push program.
Yeah.
So these are roads that you are beginning.
Yes.
So, Caleb, this is paragraph 299.
299, yes.
Roads that you are initiating.
Yes.
List them for me.
So, construction of a new bridge on the Oti River at Dambai.
Okay.
There's rehabilitation of Wahan Road, upgrading of Tumu Hamile Road, upgrading of Tumu Han Laura Road, reconstruction of Navrongo Tumu Road, rehabilitation of Techiman Nkonsia Wenchi Road. There is Wenchi Sola Road. Now, construction of Sunyane Outer Ring Road, construction of Kumase Outer Ring Road, that's the eastern quadrant. There's the rehabilitation of the Bintri Nyankpanduri Road, rehabilitation of Dode Pepeso Nkwanta Road, rehabilitation of Atimpoku Esikuma Junction Road, rehabilitation of Esikuma Junction Enyirawasi Road, thank you, reconstruction of Enyirawasi Ho Titrinu Road. Titrinu, thank you. There's the upgrading of Akosombo Jekiti Kodikope Road. I know that one.
I
It's
see
very
the
bad.
minister's hand in this pie.
Yeah, it's a very bad road.
There's another one.
There's a Sukuma to Enumboso Palima Road.
Deputy Minister.
Adome Bridge. Oh, this is constituency. Akwamufie Road.
Deputy Minister.
And then there's Hope Petoy Road.
British Sky.
Yeah, Petoy Afia Danyigba Road.
British Sky.
Afia Danyigba Penny Road.
My hometown.
Penny Aflao Road.
British Sky.
dualization of Winneba Mankasim Road.
That's what I was the Minister Road.
There's dualization of Cape Coast Takrady Road. Rehabilitation of Mankasim Ejumako Breman Esukuma Agona Swedro Road. This one Swedro Confederation. Yeah. There's rehabilitation of Tema Aflao Road Section 1. Reconstruction of Dodowa Afienya Dowenya Road. There's upgrading of Oyibi Apollonia Afienya Road. There is the construction of Enchi Elubo Road. Dadiaso Akontombra Road is here. Upgrading of Ajofwa Osei Kojo Chrome Road. Upgrading of Enchi Kojoro Pechi Road, forgive me. There's upgrading of Bediakon Junction, Camp 15, Seshi, Adabo Chrome.
So the question is, these are 32 roads. You have 13.8 billion cedis for big push. Will you be able to do all these roads in 4 years?
Yes.
You are sure of this?
100%. 100%. That is not something to worry about. 13 is just for year 1.
Okay.
You have year 2, you have year 3, you have year 4.
So most of this will be 4-year projects?
Yeah, most of I think 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, we should finish these roads.
Because under the same big push, you have now listed the
ones that we have added.
13 roads
yes,
that are
added. We'll fund it. I say we're going to fund it for a number of reasons. We have 13.9 billion now. Okay. And we expect revenue over performance this year. Okay. Any additional revenue will be earmarked to support this.
So you are committed to roads?
You see, Bernard, you have been maybe crusading for good roads in this country. And yesterday I said on one platform that learning from the Chinese, they say if you want to get rich, build road first. Why should you be staying in traffic sometimes for 2 hours? You burn hard-earned foreign exchange. Your man hours go down. I mean, you more or less you don't become productive or efficient any longer. So the nature of the roads will not only be roads that we are building. You're also generating employment. You are building growth in the economy. And I remember under Gordon Brown, the former Chancellor for Great Britain, one of his theories when the country went on a recession is that let's build roads. And we build roads is going to bring about growth and all. So it's a growth pole. And it's also going to create jobs, and we're going to use it to
let's deal now with the fundamentals. You listed all your growth.
Please, the 13 under the big push. Some names didn't come and people are asking. I think it's taken care of.
So do that. Do the 13.
So there is rehabilitation and upgrading of Kaswa Winneba Road, of Fankon Sawam Road, Carriage, Takrady Agona Junction Road, Swami Interchange and local roads are here. National Route N18 Wahan Road is here. There's upgrading of Tumu, Chuchuliga, Navrongo, including construction of 36 kilometer span reinforced concrete bridge over the Kanyibie River and 24-meter span reinforced. That's details of that project. Navrongo Chuchuliga Sandema Road, rehabilitation of Tepagosu Road, Hohoi Jasikan Road, and Kwanta Oti Damanko Road, reconstruction of Havel Hohoi Road, Adenta Dodowa Road dualization is here, and the reconstruction of Jine Sampa Road. So that takes care of the 13. Yeah.
Now, you listed the fundamental, thank you for this, the fundamentals. GDP growth is going better than you anticipated. Inflation has come down from 23 to 13. Exchange rate, the currency has strengthened against its major trade partners. You've also gotten a longer import cover than you anticipated. First question, is 6 months not too short to begin to get excited about these?
Okay. First of all, I wouldn't say I'm excited. I can only say that I'm happy. I'm happy because things are pointing to the right directions, and our economic model is working. And I would be worried by now if after all the work we put in place, you are not seeing results. I'm seeing results, so I should be happy. But let me say, we are not out of the woods. I will never say this, that we are out of the woods at this stage. I think what I've seen is that I can see that hope is in sight. And if hope is in sight, it gives me some joy that at least what we inherited and where we are going, we are seeing some results. And we believe we just have to push. This has only encouraged us as a government to be doing well and to continue the path that we have taken. And I strongly believe that from where we are, all what we need to do is to continue pushing, and I'm sure by the end of the year, the results will be clear for all of us.
How confident are you that, for example, the disinflation process we've seen is a result of something you did? I'm asking this because I looked at the Monetary Policy Committee's rates. They haven't really reduced them. Between January and now, the figure is around 27, 28. In fact, they maintained it in the last announcement. Yet inflation has come down from 23 to 13. The currency also has appreciated significantly. All right, the Citi is now trading around 10.4 compared to the 15, 16 it was previously. So is it that the problem was a fiscal problem, which is why even though the monetary people haven't really changed what they are doing, we are seeing this strengthening? So the inflation is coming down, and there's also exchange rate appreciation.
I think yesterday I made this point. And if you look at point 26 of my speech, I think page 7 of this speech, I made a point there. And I tried to track the root cause of the 2022 economic crisis. And I said that the root cause of the 2022 economic crisis can directly be traced to the overbearing fiscal dominance by the previous administration. And it was backed by reckless spending and corruption. And as I've said, the fiscal is everything. And I also went on to say that the fiscal situation at the time spilled over into the monetary and the external sector, causing rapid depreciation of the Ghana cedi. And so you can have the best monetary policy. It won't work if your fiscal situation is overbearing. So the root cause of all of this is the fiscal. And so, yes, the monetary is complementary. The monetary will support, but the monetary alone cannot do it. The fiscal must lead for monetary to be able to complement. The central bank's policy will certainly not work if I was reckless and if I was just spending and I was doing things anyhow. There was no way the cedi could have appreciated, and there was no way inflation could have come down. And so we complement each other. And so I've always said this, and I track the root cause, and I've always tracked this. And this is not the first time I'm talking about what happened in 2020.
But there's a big concern about, so I get the inflation one.
Yes.
There's a big concern about the exchange rate on two levels, that there seems to be such a big gap between the Bank of Ghana's rate and the market rate within the black market. For example, the cedi and the dollar is around 10.4. Most people will tell you that on the market, you will not get it below, in some places, even 12. So there's a big gap. That's number one. Number two, there's a concern about the intervention of the central bank in the FX market. The IMF released some information mentioning the amount that the central bank had intervened. And the suggestion was that the amount was too much too soon because they were trying to compare to previous quarters. Indeed, Imani has written an article that says that Ghana's managed interbank rate distorts currency value, masking weak economic fundamentals. It urges long-term reform, productivity, trade diversification, and transparent industrial policy to build a generally strong market-reflective cedi. The option is that they don't feel like the 10 to 12, the 10.4 we are saying is real. So,
Okay.
So if you can deal with all that.
Okay. Thank you very much for this question. I think it's excellent. Bernard, let me make this point. I disagree with those who are saying that the central bank shouldn't have intervened. You need to first of all find out, before you draw conclusion, find out whether they intervene at the same time burning the safety lines of the country, largely reserves. That wasn't the case. This is a central bank that, for example, between January to June, they've added $2 billion plus to your gross international reserves after intervening. The target from the IMF was 473 additional. They've increased it to 2.6. They've done from 473 million, according to the IMF program, you should be building up 473 million, but they ended up building up 2 billion. After the so-called intervention that people are talking about. So what is the issue? There's no issue. In the past, for example, this year, we saw the trade surplus increasing by about 300%. The gold board alone this year, this first 6 months of the year, brought 5.1 billion. A year last year, they brought under 2 billion. So they've brought $3 billion more. The central bank has taken 2 billion as reserves, and they've used 1 billion to support the currency for Ghanaians to have a relief. And people are saying it's managed. Those who are saying it's managed, they are failing to understand one thing. They are using the old model of the state, where you have a way of accumulating reserves, seasonalities, and how you build it. But they are forgetting that something new has happened. There's a new gold board. You are not plugging its impact. If you go back and plug impact of the gold board as against the gold that has been smuggled over the years, the city clearly would have been doing better by now. And so I completely disagree. I would be concerned, obviously, if the central bank intervened at the same time depleting reserves. But they have not depleted reserves. They have accumulated reserves. In fact, we inherited 8.9 billion. They've moved it to 11.2. 11.2. We inherited 4 months of import cover for 8 months. 6 months. They've added 0.8 months. Almost 1 month of import cover. By the end of the year, we expect reserves to hit 5 months and more. And so that is not a concern. In fact, IMF reported on the amount, but I did not see them complain.
Yeah, they did not. But they
did not complain.
When you look at, of course, when you look at the comparison to previous years, that's where it looked very big.
Yeah, but previous year we had no gold board. And look at previous year's reserve accumulation over the period, as against this time the what do you call it, reserve accumulation. When the matter came and impressions were created that IMF had complained, I reached out to the IMF res rep. And I said, have you guys complained? He said, I'm surprised that they are attributing this to us.
It was sort of misreported.
Yeah, it was misreported.
It was misinterpreted.
Misinterpreted. Because they put it that way.
The fact of what the IMF said is true. What it means is the issue. The other question is that it seems as if the reserve accumulation has been based on gold for reserves. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the benefit we are seeing is because of the gold price.
Mm-hmm. No.
Sorry, okay, let me qualify that. Mm-hmm. Gold price plus the fact that the board has been able to
accumulate more gold. Yes.
So there are two factors. So if the gold price collapses, your strategy will suffer.
Okay, so we
no,
as you said, no, I can't concede that. So, for example, the first 6 months of last year, they produced gold of 21. The previous administration, gold from the small scale was 21.
Yeah.
21 tons. Mm-hmm. The same 6 months this year, gold 55.1 tons.
So there's a volumes issue there.
Volumes issue, 100% increase.
Plus the value too.
The value, if you add the value, is 180% increase.
So Ghana's currency strengthening has been based on these two factors.
But it was a deliberate policy from government.
One is in your control, one is not in your control.
Okay, one is not in your control, so one is in your control. Just like oil is in your control and it's not in your control. So when it is good, you should take advantage. And when it's not good, you build enough reserves as buffers to be able to.
But if you take all the credit and say it is your smartness, if the gold price collapses and your currency is suffering, should we blame you?
It is my smartness because I've increased the gold volumes from 21 to 55 in 6 months.
And by the way, we don't know whether all that gold is coming from legally mined sources too.
Well, the question here is that all of that were smuggled.
True, but the government has also promised to clamp down on illegally mined gold.
Yes, of course, we are clamping down.
I'm trying to say to you that whilst we are happy with the currency strengthening, the factors for it is probably maybe only 50% within your control.
Oh, but let me.
And even that 50% in your control, if the push for galamsey to reduce continues, and if the gold price collapse, I'm not a doomsday prophet. I'm just saying that we are trying to be realistic here. If the clampdown on galamsey continues and some of the small scale mining suffers, plus the gold price falls, then you are going to have trouble with your currency.
So let me put it this way. We looked at what the analysts are projecting from international gold price, and Goldman Sachs wrote an article. They did that, a number of them, JP Morgan and all. Everyone is projected that gold price will stay above 3,000 from now to 2027.
So you are pretty sure the prices...
I know the prices will hit 3,000 plus from now to 2027.
Okay.
And based on that, we've made an analysis on that. And it's not coming from only one source. From Goldman Sachs, from JP Morgan, and from other places. And we know for sure that we can plug into 3,000.
Let's deal with two quick issues before we go. Financial sector cleanup. You say you've revamped NIB. You've injected capital. They have a positive capital adequacy ratio position, which is great. You compare that to the previous administration where you said they were collapsing banks. But there's a concern that for some of the recent developments in the sector, for example, the Unibank, the Attorney General is telling us that they are paying 60% of the amount that they are supposedly owing, for which reason they are filing on the prosecutor. You are not a lawyer. I'm not going to a legal issue. But if we are to be consistent on the criticism around how the financial sector cleanup was done, is it fair to the economy for a case to be discontinued on the basis of a 60% payment of a 5.7 billion CD case? You are here looking for money to build roads. Did they ask you before they agreed to that?
So, first of all, you may have to wait for the Attorney General to bring how much they've been able to recover and all before we go into the merit of the matter. I know tomorrow, I think Monday, he's going to have a brief and address the matter and be able to give details. But I'll wait. I don't know the details of which the work is done. But let me say this. Yes, if I was in charge at the time, my approach may be different. My approach may be different in the sense that instead of spending in excess of 30 billion Ghana cedis to collapse banks, I would have rather acquired the banks maybe compulsory. And I may end up saving. I may end up spend less, maybe a third of this amount to save those banks. And by now, I would have gotten my money back. I've injected about 2 billion cedis into the National Investment Bank. I've saved 900 jobs. Not only 900 jobs, I've saved depositors' capital of the depositors' fund of 6.4 billion cedis. That's 6.4 billion. You know what would have happened if I had collapsed NIB? I would have ended up paying that 6.4 billion cedis to depositors because they would have come cap in hand chasing government to refund their money to them. Okay, and all of this would have been a liability because probably I may not be able to recover that 6.4 billion from the IMF, from the NIB. So I will have to. That would have been a problem on me. Today I have fully capitalized them. They've begun making profit. In fact, they've already posted first half profit of 74 million. By end of the year, they'll be posting about 150 million plus. I expect dividend from them. Maybe not year one.
So the NIB story is clear.
And so the story is clear. And so I'm saying that the approach is what we are talking about. I would prefer to spend and save a bank than to spend and collapse a bank.
Fair enough.
And that I can do that.
As a government, you inherit good and bad. There are a number of people who are asking me to ask you that customers of savings and loans companies that went down after the cleanup are still unable to access their funds. For example, Bond Financial Services. Also, some of the companies like customers of companies like First Fund. Over 24,000 individuals, estimated total fund value of 170 million cedis since the revocation of First Bank's license in 2019, facing significant challenges in retrieving locked up funds. Are you minded to also look into the issue of the payments to people whose monies were encumbered by that particular 2017-2018 activity?
I think the first thing is that they should use the recovered assets to pay for this depositors fund. That's the first thing. It's a private bank, and they have assets. They have for some reason collapsed those banks, and if they have assets, they should recover those assets and use it to pay. And that is supposed to be the first thing to have been done. I don't know the extent of this, but since I'm hearing about this, I'm going to ask questions and I'll get to the bottom of it. But I don't know the details for me to give full detail about that.
Why did you end the budget by mentioning the prices of specific products? Kokunte and all those things.
Yes, and
I'm sure you like Kokunte.
He likes
I know. And it's good I've seen you here. You like Kokunte. Like that. Then I should have picked that one.
Yes, it's very important. And Gobe.
Oh, you like Gobe? Okay. But you see, it may sound a bit on a lighter side, but it's a lot more. A lot more, because for me, at the personal level, I felt prices of certain important commodities are too high and making life very unbearable for the ordinary Ghanaian, like rice. I mean, Ghana will consume rice a lot, like chicken, like oil and all. And so I was very concerned about the prices, and I'm a village MP. I'm a village MP, and I've been MP for the people of Ejuma Kwenya Nesiam in the last 17 years. I relate to my people. They tell me the situation, what they are going through, particularly with high prices, and the fact that their take-home pay cannot be able to sustain their families. So prices was something special to me, and I needed to make sure that we'll do things in a way that prices will come down, inflation in particular. And so it was, for me, a moment of reflection, pointing to the fact that we inherited prices at this level, and prices are coming down, and I'm happy, and I want it to go down even further. And I pleaded also to the traders that I recognize that they suffered also during the difficult times. But if the realities of the economy today is pointing to a reduced price, they should pass it on for the ordinary Ghanaian to also be happy. And so I brought it down, and also to recognize that yes, prices are coming down, but I still think it can be better than what it is. And that is why I made that point.
Your next budget is in November. Hopefully we'll speak to you again.
Thank you.
So we thank you for attending upon this program.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. That was Atu Forsen, MP for Ejuma Kwenya Nesiam, and also Minister of Finance, giving us a lot of things to chew on for the 2024 mid-year budget review program.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. We have a short interview later on with the Minister of Trade on a separate issue. There's an agribusiness fair event on Monday, and she's going to talk to us about that. Oh, okay. And we also have an interview with our institution, Cracks Training Institute. Stay with us.
If only they knew you trying to stop me, then I'm running in this field of dreams. If I start, I finish, cause I'm in it to win it.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
On the go, night or day, PBL up is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. BBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. BBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime, right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
Hey, so what
what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. Morning rush to the late night grind. Work to home and gig to gig. Smooth and easy ride and vibe. Safety toolkit by your side. Use code Keep Moving 50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the Bolt app now. Make moves with Bolt.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or Citi FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 across Central. If you make it to level 2 and go on to win level 3, you will win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round student in Ghana. So, get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is right around the corner, and hey, guess what? You can still jump in. Register now at blackstarmarathon.com or dial *713*33*22# to secure your spot in the 42.2K marathon or 10K run, walk, jog. This is your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon, happening live on Saturday, July 26, 6 a.m. at the Independence Square, Accra. ABSA Black Star Marathon. Your story matters.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
9:38 City Breakfast Show. We have tons of your comments for the minister. He's had to leave because we have other interviews to do. Luckily for us, we have another interview shortly. 2 interviews actually. We're talking about the Cracks Training Institute Ghana's partnership with ABA UK for 2 important programs: the ABE Level 6 Diploma and also on the Kids MBA program. Later, we'll speak to Minister for Trade on a very important agribusiness event happening on Monday. So let's invite Dr. Isaac Setoji and Barata Akefi, who are with the ABA Global Limited and Cracks Training Institute respectively, to talk to us. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So there are 2 institutions collaborating on 2 important programs. So let's start with the ABE Level 6 Diploma, which is a top-up degree equivalent. Doc, what exactly is the ABE Level 6 diploma, and how does this compare to a traditional university degree in Ghana?
Yeah, good morning, Ben, and good morning to your listeners.
Good.
All right, so the ABE, as you're already aware, is the global professional program that is recognized by Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, that is GTEC in Ghana here. In the UK, we are accredited by Ofqual. So we have that global recognition and the local recognition as well. So with the ABE Level 6, it is comparable or equivalent to a bachelor's degree in Ghana here, according to GTEC.
Okay.
Yes.
So who qualifies to enroll in this program, and what are the career or academic pathways after completion?
Okay, so we specialize in human resource management, business management, and marketing management.
Okay.
So these are the three major pathways for the ABE Level 6. Okay, so with the qualification, all right, we have a couple of guys in the industry with HND who probably want to do, they don't want to go to the conventional way to the bachelor degree to spend maybe some 3 years or 2 years down the lane to get a bachelor's degree. So with the ABE, anyone who is willing to study and who has some diploma recognized is eligible to apply for the Level 6.
Okay, and this is delivered in Ghana by the Cracks Training Institute?
Exactly. They are our accredited study center in Ghana.
Tell me about the Cracks Training Institute.
Okay, so Cracks Training Institute is a professional development company, and we run various courses from IT to management, and we are very excited with the collaboration with ABE. ABE offers our students the kind of flexibility and the kind of short pathway to a university degree that they need. First of all, as Doc has said, it's internationally recognized. Secondly, GTEC has approved it. So anyone with an HND, anyone with a 2-year diploma with extensive work experience, then you are looking at this 1-year degree equivalent top-up, and you within a year you are able to finish the course. Very flexible.
Areas are we talking about?
So we are looking at business management, once again, business management with HR, and then business management with marketing. And it's a weekend class. It's a blended course of online and in-person. You meet about once a month, but you do majority of the course online, and you are able to do this within a year. And I think that's the convenience that is attracting a lot of people for the ABE.
So business management, marketing, human resource. What about finance?
Finance is incorporated in the business management itself. So you'll be doing things like corporate finance and strategic stakeholder relationships and those kind of things. And they are very good for middle management, upper management. So if you are in the game and you have an HND, you've not sorted your degree, you are thinking of a pathway to go to the university to do a master's degree, this is the one for you, because with an ABE Level 6 you are able to do a master's degree in Ghana and in abroad as well.
So how can interested individuals apply or learn more about joining the next cohort for the ABE Level 6 diploma?
Beautiful. So we will leave our numbers at the end of the conversation. They can just send a text message or a WhatsApp, and we are going to give them the registration forms, or they can even visit our website. But basically, we are looking at anybody who is listening to us this morning to look at a shorter way of getting the best qualification. You need to have a degree. As we said, you can even use this to do a master's degree in Ghana. And Bernard, sometimes there are issues with accreditations and people will come and give you a holla. This is not one of those qualifications. This is a correct qualification by GTEC, globally accepted, and is the way to go.
Let's talk about the KITS MBA program, the ABE KITS MBA program. What is that, and why should parents consider enrolling their children?
All right, KITS MBA is a revolutionary curriculum developed in the UK and endorsed by ABA UK. We've had KITS MBA being run across the world and in Africa, especially in Africa. We've done something in Zambia, done something in South Africa, and it's growing. So Cracks Training again looked at this course and we decided to bring it to Ghana. Why? We want children to understand the spirit of entrepreneurship from a very young age.
the statistics are very damning when it comes to business. Most businesses will fail by the time they are 5 years old. And we are trying to get a new generation of kids who are able to understand what entrepreneurship is, are able to one day come up with that top business that is doing well. And so we are starting them. It's an MBA course that is watered down to children from the ages of 10 to 17 years old. And this August, we are doing the summer school.
So whilst they are on vacation?
Whilst they are on vacation, from the 4th to the 21st. And we'll be spending 12 days with them. It's 3 weeks, so Monday to Thursdays. They will go through the curriculum. Every day we have an entrepreneur coming to speak to them, people from diverse backgrounds, older people, younger people, different backgrounds. And it's going to be a bomb. They are going to enjoy it.
What kind of skills or mindset does the program inculcate in young leaders?
Yes, so the curriculum is very extensive. They are going to be looking at a business plan. They are going to look at how to pitch. They are going to be look at what business financing is. I'm sure, and these children are very, very smart. So when we give them the tools, they are going to be helping their parents who are running their businesses to understand. We're going to talk about a lot of things: copyright issues, patenting, what a business plan is and how it should look like. But as I said, the curriculum has been watered down. They understand it. We do a lot of fun games, activities, just to get the message across. And the summer boot camp is happening from the 4th to the 20th.
So this is also being delivered by Cracks Institute?
This is delivered by Cracks Institute, endorsed by Kids MBA. So when they are done, they get a certificate from ABA UK that says that a Kids MBA, they've gone through the curriculum. And the nice part is that they also get the chance to enter into what we call the Future Entrepreneurs Program. So this is a competition where anybody who has done the Kids MBA can go in. They are going to form groups, pitch their ideas to their mentors, and then the winner is going to get some seed capital and also represent Ghana in the international competition.
So let's talk about registration for the AB Level 6 diploma.
Yes.
And also for the Kids MBA. How can people register? 2
ways they can do that. The first way is to give us a call, send us a text message, a WhatsApp on our telephone number 055 222 2217.
Okay.
Yes, so 055 222 2217. So the twos are 5. You can just send us a text message or a WhatsApp. We'll give you the registration details. You fill it, and then there we go. We assess the qualification that you have. Once you meet the requirements, you are able to start. The same for the Kids MBA actually. So Kids MBA, the same thing. 055 222 2217. Then they can also visit our website, www.cracks. So our Cracks is spelled CRUX. X is xylophone. So cracks.edu.gh.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So final words from Dr.
Setoji.
Any quick thoughts from you?
Yeah. So we encourage everyone who is home, struggling for a degree top-up to take advantage of the AB Level 6 because it is the fastest way to go. It's not about spending a lot of time in the classroom doing certain things that are not relevant. We are really on top of the game.
Okay.
So AB is the right way to go. And we, as we indicated earlier, we are recognized by GeneTech. So we are confident in whatever we are putting out there. Come get a knowledge that is relevant to manage the current business.
Wonderful. So we're speaking to friends from the ABE Global Limited. Dr. Isaac Setoji is the business development manager. Barata Akefi is from the Cracks Institute, who deliver these ABE programs. If you want to register, call or WhatsApp 055 222 2217. That's 055 222 2217, or go to cracks.edu. Is it .gh?
Yes.
For more information. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Being on the program.
Thank you.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for our October intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Did you know that only 10% of university graduates find a job in their first year after school? But the Design and Technology Institute, DTI, is changing that. They offer tertiary graduates a chance to enter the world of work with industry-relevant skills in precision welding and fabrication, entrepreneurship, creative media, and engineering. Kweku, a geodetic engineering graduate, took that opportunity.
Oh, DTI is next level. My university course didn't give me the industry-relevant skills I needed to work on an oil rig, but DTI did. I enrolled in their precision welding and fabrication program, which included a 6-month workplace experience learning. DTI's programs are accredited by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech, so my skills are recognized globally. Plus, they connect us to real jobs.
You heard it here first. If you want world-class technical training, visit dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534. DTI, wired for jobs.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
10 minutes to 10. My guest for the next few seconds will be the Minister for Trade. There's a big event. The National Agribusiness Dialogue is happening on Monday at the Kempinski Hotel. Why is the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry so determined to push this agenda? What does it hope to deal with? What are some of the key issues the dialogue will address? And how confident is the minister that the agribusiness agenda will not suffer? Her ministry is very big already. It's trade, industry, and agribusiness. The Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejari. She's also a member of Parliament. And she's joining us now. I think she's MP for Fred. Is it Techiman South? Let's check. Honorable Minister, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just confused your constituency. Is it Techiman North or South?
North.
Techiman North.
The beautiful people of Tiobodom, my capital.
Tiobodom, your capital town is Jini.
I'm telling you.
Now, your ministry is already big. You have trade, industry. Now we've added agribusiness. So I noticed this dialogue is very important to you. Why? First and foremost, what do you think about the agribusiness addition to your ministry, and what is this dialogue trying to address?
Thank you very much. Good morning to your listeners. Bernard, agribusiness is so important to the Ministry of Trade and Industry. In fact, agribusiness has been added to solve an industry problem. It will be recalled that the President, by a legislative instrument, Executive Instrument E1 2025, realigned the Ministry of Trade and Industry to include agribusiness. One of industry's major problems is the provision of raw material, and agribusiness is supposed to facilitate the provision of quality raw material at the right size, at the right time to feed industry. 2, for the provision of raw materials, we need to add value for import substitution and also for export. And so this important subsector has been added to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, not to burden it, but to solve a problem. And so I think that it's been well placed, and then we need to welcome it, plan for it well, so that it supplements the work of trade and investment.
It's been described as a platform for multi-stakeholder engagement. Who are some of these stakeholders, and what will they be bringing to the discussion?
Okay, so as you know already, there is a policy for trade and a policy for investment, but there is none for agribusiness ever since Ghana came into being. And so we are inviting stakeholders in this area, and they include academia, industry players like the agribusiness space, and then other ministries. And so at this dialogue, you see development partners, you will see academia, you will see industry, you will see ministries, and you see people in this agribusiness space.
You are partnering with a private organization, Agri Impact Project. What are they bringing to this? And who is our guest of honor? Is this at the highest level, or this is just at the ministerial and financial sector level?
Thank you very much. We are partnering with Agri Impact. Agri Impact is big they are consultants in the agribusiness space. And so we work together with them to bring all the people in the agribusiness industry to do the dialogue. So you see, this dialogue is to get a policy that reflects the needs of the people. Instead of bringing somebody from somewhere to give us a policy, we want the policy to come from within, so that it solves a problem, so that they tell us what will make agribusiness big, in addition to the dream that we have already. The whole idea is that once they do it, they will own it. If they own it, it means that implementation will be easier. This is at the highest level. The President of the Republic of Ghana, Excellency John Dramani Mahama himself, will be the special guest on Monday at Kempinski.
Will your colleague, Food and Agric Minister, be there? Because, you know, agribusiness sounds more agric than trade. So is Eric Opoku part of this, or this is just for you and the President?
Interestingly, Eric Opoku will also be there, because when he did feed Ghana, I was also there. And we worked together. The portions that they need to help us with technical people, we do. But agribusiness is the business side of agriculture. So when Eric has finished all the work in the bush, then I do the work in the city and in the industry.
We look forward to the deliberations, and hopefully when the policy is developed, we'll be able to sit down with you to discuss it on air in greater detail.
Exactly. So that we are able to tell the general public what is in the policy, how people can take advantage of it, and what people should expect from the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness, and Industry, with the inclusion of agribusiness in the sector.
So thank you. We look forward to seeing you on Monday at Kempinski. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
See you there. Thank you very much.
So that was Elizabeth Ofuswe-Jare. She's MP for Techiman North and Minister for Trade, Industry and Agribusiness. There's a very important national agribusiness dialogue to craft, among other things, a policy for the sector. He has everybody. The President is there, Finance Minister, Minister for Agric. She herself is the host. World Bank, AFDB, MasterCard, all of them are going to be there. Kempinski Hotel is going to be live on Channel 1 television as well. So for those of you who want to contribute or follow, it will be very, very exciting. Now, this is one of the most interesting weekends we have, because the much talked about APSA Black Star Marathon, which is a 42.2 kilometer run.
My God.
It's happening tomorrow. And there's also a 10 kilometer for those of us who don't want to run for 42 kilometers. I have in studio Eric Kwame-Adai, who is a doctor and founder of the Black Star Marathon. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And Blake Bolden, first Vice Chair, World Athletics Certified Competition Director. You look like a former athlete.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us this morning.
So, have you done a marathon before?
Yes, multiple. Some of us describe ourselves as serial marathoners.
My God, 42 kilometers. That is absolutely crazy.
26.2 miles.
How much are you looking forward to tomorrow, and how ready are you guys for tomorrow?
We are born ready, and we've been, leaving no stone unturned to make sure that the athletes have a great and exceptional lifetime experience.
Wow. What is the vision for the APSA Black Star Marathon and the core mission?
The core mission, we want to help promote and develop a nation full of healthy people.
Okay.
Because we don't think it's possible for us to develop as a nation if we have sickly people. That's number one. That's at the manifest level. But deep down, we want to also use this race to promote tourism in Ghana and also raise awareness about a very important issue of kidney diseases in this country, which is rising, but nobody seems to be focusing on it. We don't want to be overtaken by such events.
Amazing stuff. So let's talk about why your story matters, an important team. And by the way, what will you be doing? You are the competition director, meaning what?
Well, it means that I'm here to just support the competition and ensure we follow the World Athletics best practices.
Right.
And this is an event that all of Ghana can be proud of.
Okay.
We have athletes from more than 25 countries,
25 countries
to really distinguish
this
event as the Black Star Marathon, and something that attracts
athletes. Are the Kenyans coming?
Oh, of course.
The
of course.
Ethiopians?
Yes.
So we don't start
The Ugandans are there, the Tanzanians are around.
Oh no. So that's actually a proper certified tournament. Race.
That is correct, and it does seem, no matter where you are in the world, that it's not a proper marathon unless the Kenyans arrive.
Yeah,
so tomorrow we will see that athleticism on full display.
But I'm told there's a 10-kilometer run for people like mortals like us.
Yes, we appreciate the fact that not everyone can be bold enough to do the 42.2 kilometer race. So we have, for the mere mortals, like you described them, the 10K run, walk, jog, and I always say shijama.
So what's the route looking like, and how ready are you guys in terms of security and all that?
Man, the police, Ghana Police Service, they've been phenomenal. They've been supporting us. Also, the Ghana Athletics, they've also been very, very supportive. They've validated our route to make sure that it's accurate. We have a lot of volunteers from the Lions Club International who are also going to be helping. Everything is ready. Let me tell you a bit about the route. Starting with the 10-kilometer distance, they start from the Independence Square. They head east on the Usula Road and get to the Veterinary Junction where we have the La Polyclinic, right? And then they make a left, get onto the Laboni Junction Road to Dankwa Circle. They head up to the Sankara Interchange, and then there they come back. They come back on the Independence Avenue to the Ridge Roundabout.
That's money double.
That's money double, right?
Money double.
Yeah, we want everyone to do it.
Money double.
From the Ridge Roundabout, they go past the front of the conference center to the Osu end of the stadium.
And they come back. So
And
that's
then they
10K.
come back. That's 10K. Accurate.
Marathon itself.
The marathon itself, it's a wonder. It's a virtual tour of the city of Accra.
Come on.
Yeah. So they also start from the Independence Square.
Okay.
From the Independence Square, they head east as well, but they go all the way through the La Township, not the beach road, the La Township. When they get to the front of the La police station, they make a left and go about 200-300 meters, then they make a quick right, which then lands them onto the Trade Fair Junction.
Correct.
From there, they head south towards the La Palm Beach Hotel, make a U-turn at the T Junction.
Okay.
Then the race, I think, for me, properly now starts. From the T Junction, they go past Trade Fair, Burma Camp, Elwak to 37.
Good. So Gifford Road.
Then Gifford Road. Right. Yes. Then they come south on the Independence Avenue, past the Jubilee House to National Theatre, and then the Octagon.
Good.
They go past the front of the Accra City Hotel to the Holy Spirit Cathedral.
And then they join the...
And then they go through Circle.
Good.
Through to the, what's it called? The cemetery. Awudome Cemetery. And the Mortuary Road, and all the way to the Bukum Boxing Arena.
Whoa.
Yeah. But that's roughly about almost like midpoint now.
So from Bukum Arena, they come back to the high street?
No, not yet. We're not done. We got to go further. So they go straight onto the Mamprobi Post Office Road.
They are going to Dansoman.
From the Mamprobi Post Office, then they head towards the Kanishi Road. When they get to Samaha Junction, then they turn left through the IB Banana Inn.
Oh Lord.
Then they go through to Kit Kat.
Don't tell me to get to Exhibition.
They go past Exhibition Road, down to Exhibition Road, Mascot Hotel, if you know that place, right? Then they start heading back from Mascot Hotel through Abodwe, Mamprobi Post Office.
So now they are coming back.
Yes,
to the starting point.
Starting point. So when they get back to the Mamprobi Post Office, then they head to the beach road, Old Winneba Road, White House.
Yes.
Then from Koligono Beach, the Fire Service Training School, the Lighthouse, Manchagbona, Usherford, James Ford, and then the High Street where they have APSA head office, and then lotteries and back to the Independence Square. 42.2 kilometers.
Are you looking for any record times? Is this a competition that we're... Is this something we're looking to set any record, or this is just a fun run?
It's both, actually. Okay. We have the recreational runners, but we also have the elite competitive runners. For the 42.2, I can report that we have some people who have personal best under 2 hours and 10 minutes for the marathon. That is elite, properly elite. Coming, who are people who have registered from Kenya and other East African regions who are here. But we also have representation from Europe.
Wonderful.
Where we have people from Britain, Portugal, France, Germany.
All coming to run.
They are in town, ready to run, right? Yeah. So we can look forward to. I mean, I think we're going to experience what we call an all-comers record.
Amazing. We who are not going to run, what can we do? Just stand around, wave them, give them water.
If you cannot run, you can walk and jog.
If you join,
you can shijama, as I say.
When does it start?
6 a.m. at the Independence Square, and I'm happy to also report that the President of Ghana, His Excellency John,
he'll be jogging.
He is going to be our special guest of honor.
You blow the whistle.
He's going to. No, I don't blow whistles. We are shooting the gun. He's going to shoot the gun. Boom! On your mouth, set. Boom!
Wow.
And then the runners start running. And I think I know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
After he's fired a gun for them to start running, he's going to now pursue them, overtake them, and win the race.
Real fun stuff. So all action at the Independence Square tomorrow for starting. And what time do you think they'll finish? When you calculate, when do you think they'll finish?
Yeah, the top runners for the men's marathon will be at about 8:40 a.m. So those fellas mean business.
Hours,
yeah, that's right.
Hours.
Yeah,
Run fast.
Yeah, that's right.
But we have a cutoff point of about 4 hours for the 2.2K marathon.
Yeah. So by 10 or 10:30 a.m.
Everybody should have been done.
That's correct.
Most of them. And a 10K?
Yeah, they will come in just more than a half an hour. Yeah, so they'll start a few moments after the marathoners and be in by shortly after 7 a.m.
But don't forget about the wheelchair athletes, because this is very inclusive.
Everybody.
So they are there. We have the wheelchair marathon, and they even go faster than the runners.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, and then 10K wheelchair race for men and women.
I can't wait. Eric, great to talk to you. Founder and president of the Black Star Marathon. Blake Bolden, you are the first vice president, World Athletics Certified Competition Director. You're a real big guy.
He's also the director of the world famous Drake Relays.
Amazing stuff. Come to Ghana more often.
Thanks for having us, guys.
It's a pleasure, my brother. 5 minutes past 10. And let's just wrap up with a couple of quick announcements. Whilst you're on the race, grab a Pivot drink. There are 5 distinct flavors. It's the cocktail, the tangy, the cola, the grapefruit, and the orange. Call 0550-032-231 for more information. Grab Pivot from your local store. And Caleb, what else?
Also, during the marathon, grab Jibu water. It will help you. Also, remember that we are in the chilly season and waterborne diseases like typhoid and cholera are real. So for your cooking, your beverages, your drinking, all of that, get Jibu. We are running as a promo as well from the 15th of July to the 3rd of August. Jibu is running a special bottle promotion. When you buy a durable 20-liter bottle at a heavily discounted price of just 100 Ghana cedis, you stand a chance of winning a free aluminum bottle, ideal for school, office, and so on. So call 020-984-5817. T&C Supply, Jibu, a better life. Let's save huge ahead at the Electroland mid-year clearance bazaar. Samsung, TCL, Media, NASCO, all on massive discount from July 31 to August 3, 2025, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily at our Spintex branch near Coca-Cola roundabout. LED TVs starts at 799 Ghana cedis. Refrigerators are going for 1,200. Washing machines 1,900 Ghana cedis, and so much more. Electroland mid-year clearance bazaar is happening once again at the Spintex near Coca-Cola. Number to call is 0503 159 739. Don't miss out.
And talk about Bolt Foods.
Bolt Foods says we are definitely the number one option for the delivery of all your favorite meals from your favorite restaurants. So Mr. Wu's Combo and Mr. Wu's Superstar are only on Bolt Foods. Enjoy assorted fried rice and a bottle of Coke for just 103 Ghana cedis. Wu on Wheels, assorted fried rice, 2 spring rolls, and a Coke for 127 Ghana cedis. Wu chopsticks with assorted noodles, spring rolls, and a Coke for 131 Ghana cedis. Assorted noodles with Coke for just 107 cedis. These meals are exclusively available on Boat Foods, so don't miss out. Download the Boat Foods app today and enjoy.
And if you need some space for business in Tema, or you need equipment for construction projects, look no further than MPC Limited. We've got you covered. Whether you're starting a business, expanding operations, or looking for the right tools, MPC is your trusted partner to get the job done. Visit our website mpcltdgh.com or call 0500 277 702. Send an email to sales@mpcltd.com for more information. And if you want ergonomic swivel chairs, Expert Office Furnish. with a dynamic smart motion back support tech equipped with double swing support chips to give your back the real rest it needs. We are off the Atomic Hills Estate Road on the Asori Junction near ASI Plaza. You can also call us on 0244-280-532. So we did it with 8 minutes more.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Time for now you to take over.
Yep.
Yeah, so we surrender to
I sorry, to your